This Wilbender is a machine. Actually nearly gets the instant kill onto the Harbinger. What a beast. Support guard dies. There's the stomp out. Oh, but this Harbinger is so, the DH is so low. Does he have cores? No, he's got nothing. Gets lifted. But actually, Bulvark now moves in. Oh my god, blue team is making this what they get the kill onto the red Harbinger. Blue team is monstrous right now. If they can get a double cap, that is enough to win the game. They actually might find themselves a triple cap. I think they are going to find themselves a triple cap, actually. Oh my god, red team is in so much trouble. They've got to break this hold. And no, the DHs, they activate full meme mode. Red team goes downstate here. Oh my god, this is actually a colossal throw from the red team right now. This is a complete disaster. It's time to game. Look, we're going to talk about the balance after this. But now, it's time for monthly Ultimate Tournament. A 5-round monthly. Unsurprising, actually. It's a bit of a lull, a bit of a chilled out moment here. Let's see who is playing. We've got Team Copium, guys. Let's take a look at this. Team Copium Gaming. Who is on the menu this time around here? Potentially another Gizmo. Is it another Gizmo for Andreas here? Could it be? Let's see what we've got here. Well, it's actually a very powerful roster. We have Sakiki here. We have, Digital, actually. Iona here. Andreas, of course. Feifei. And Miaz. Certainly a very powerful roster. We'll see how that one continues to move on here. Next up is actually the French Frauds. Here we go. French Frauds here. And that is going to be Zealot. Ah, interesting, actually. Wait, is this a spree, maybe? Let's see if that's the big worm. Ah, it is. Ah, okay. So the French Frauds have actually combined with the French Worms here. So Zealith is going to be on the Willbender. Azaz on our Vindicator here. What kind of Vindicator is it, actually? Ooh, Zerka. So big damage here. We have a Spree on his ult, aka the Big Worm on Arzaz on the support Tempest. We have Kelsier on this Harbinger again, and we have Riken on Spectre. Definitely a very powerful roster, one to look out for here. So actually we're getting some really fresh, new rosters here, actually. So then it's really going to be kind of shaking things up a little bit and making the result of this tournament quite unpredictable, I think. Let's see if we have Ultra Num here. Let's take a look. Ultra Num. Is it full Num? It is not full Num. Ooh, another hybrid team. How about that? Yeah, and this is going to be Fly here on the Tempest. The average Ellie. Gornet on the Harbinger. Capablanca, Willbender. Xeon on another Harbinger. And Maya on Spectre. So this is actually a combination roster between Fishing for Gizmos with Xeon and Maya. And then we have Ultranum for the remaining three slots. So actually, the teams have all merged together, apparently. A full merge. So Num and Fishing for Gizmos. Then we also had French Worms and French Frauds combining together. Let's see if we have any other rosters here. Let's see what we've got. And another roster back from their NA vacation. It's going to be off. What the hell is this? Full AFK. 5 mechanists. Wait, is this a multi-boxer? I think this is multi-boxer, maybe. Oh, no. There's more than one of them moving at the same time. So it's not multi-boxer. It's just 5 mechanists. I like that, guys. 5 mech. This is actually the future of Guild Wars 2 gameplay, guys. Only mech will be playable. All people will play mech, and it will fully auto-play itself. And honestly, I like that. I like to see that. I enjoy that. Let's see, though, what we have here. Ooh. Okay, wait, what is this? Okay, we're Cuckolet here. Sakaya. We have Jelsine on Harbinger. Mio on another Harbinger. Look, guys, do you know how you know that Reaper is absolute dog water? Because even Mio isn't playing it anymore. And then we have Will Busted with Phoenix and Bazil, of course, on the Spectre. But there you go. I think that's kind of the only main teams that are coming in here. Let's see. What is this? Tree Bender. Oh, yeah, okay. It's actually another powerful roster here. Maybe not like a top-level roster. Kind of like a pug group kind of meme here, actually. Ace, Stellan, Stellan, of course, DT member, guys. DT, now a full PvP guild at this point, but yeah, that's how it goes. Let's see, we've got some intense games here. Let's see what we have got here. Is there anything else? Ah, how about Ancient Contenders versus the Drunken Valerians? We play a drinking game in monthly AT. Wait, what's this actually? What's A, B, C, D, E, F, U? Maybe this is a powerful team too, actually, because look, whenever you see like a meme name, you go, wow, these guys must know what they're doing. They've got to be some serious gamers here. You know what? Let's spectate this. Let's go ahead and take a look, my friends. Let's embrace this team. It's going to be, okay, Step Bro team. Help me, Step Bro. I'm Hardstuck. Demolish. Phoenix. Easy Work. Nephilim Ragnarok. And Lexina here on the blue team, currently up by 40 points against their opponents. Heavily Princess here. Support Guardian. Willbender on Izzy. Doom Nexus on Thief. Jin M on Untamed. And Shush Goes Neck. About to get stomped out there on the Harbinger. Phoenix, GG, get another kill there. However, Lexina and Easy Work are both fully in the downs here. It is a Virtuoso power build from Easy Work. He loves his power mesmers. He enjoys it. He loves the content. He loves the gameplay. But they're actually down a player right now. Could this be Red Team's opportunity to get back into this? They're going for a push on the middle node here. Can they do too much? I mean, not really, actually. It looks like Blue actually do have a position that they will be able to hold on quite nicely. The Willbender, the Harbinger, and the Spectre should be able to hold on. But having said that, wow, a massive burst of damage comes onto the Spectre. Can the Spectre get out? No! Can't get the heal skill off in time. The Willbender lands the hunt. There is a support guardian coming in there. Could this be a potential revival? Is there a Signet? There is actually a Signet. Is it going to land in time? It actually does. Oh, that is absolutely disgusting. Not quite enough cleave, and the Spectre is back up, and this could actually swing this fight back in favor of the blue team, as they now have their support. Easy Work going to go for a decap on the mine while all this chaos is unfolding. So it doesn't look like the red team, having this outnumber, might be able to slightly push away the blue team for the time being, but the red thief also leaves this fight, making it a 4v3. 4v4 rather, on middle, as both players are actually decapping right now, trading nodes there on the sides. Let's see how this 4v4 is going to unfold. Blue team actually very pressured right now. They can't really directly take this fight super well. They are kiting quite effectively. They're not losing any players here, trying to find an opportunity. Ooh, try to land a burst there with the Willbender. That's not going to quite end up working out, though, unfortunately, there for the blue team. It's one node apiece, so very, very close indeed. Blue thief now going for a decap will be able to find that very effectively. So even though blue team are having a bit of difficulty in this fight, they are holding on. However, they do get cleaned up there, and the DPS output from this, from the Untamed and the Willbender is simply too much for the blue team to handle. They lose another 2 players. Now, there will be side nodes here for blue, so red team do need to actually rotate to counter this, and a good 1v1 here from Demolish, the Harbinger, able to get rid of that thief without too much trouble. And Easy Work doing a really good job kind of trolling here. He is Inspiration, so he's quite tanky. As you can see here, all his signets are going to give him distortion, and he has that block on Blade Turn Reckon with a very low cooldown, so it looks like he's actually good to go. So even though they lose that fight, blue team do find themselves in a good map state. Now, Demolish will be heavily outnumbered here, so he's going to have to give up this node and kite for his absolute life, because I don't think the blue team is really going to be able to reinforce him anytime soon. They're very much locked over on middle, so let's see if Demolish can actually hold on here. He might port back. Yeah, he will. And now we see the Virtuoso trying to move in there. Is there a portal, actually? I know Easy Work loves portal. He actually does not have it. He has the Psychic Force stun break, instead goes onto there to actually go ahead and contest, in fact. Feels very confident, goes for the knockback, actually slows the node. Of course, the distortion will slowly decap himself, although it actually isn't capped anyway. He'll have to eventually yield the node. He's going to try and hold on. He's holding this 1v2 fairly effectively. Lands a mower. Is he actually going to try and play aggressively here? Looks like he actually wants to maybe go for something here. Lands a big stun, but oh, well, that Blurred Frenzy didn't hit that hard. That's a Marauder Amulet there, unfortunately, for you. Ooh, but Demolish does end up getting caught there. Jin M is a little bit low. Is there a potential revival? It looks like the Spectre attempting a revive actually gets the kill. Yeah, Sword Daggers in there right at the last second. Oh, and the Shadow Set Stomp. Slightly premature there. Like actual, oh my god. No, he actually trolled himself so hard there. Not ideal, but he is going to get away with it anyway. The elite skill denies the counter cleave there. Very, very good stuff. Willbender on the red team, trying to get the hell out of here. But the Spectre does go down there. Ate a lot of damage there, because thanks to that bungled, okay, Shadow Step Stomp there. Not ideal. And blue team still having a bit of difficulty in this fight. Meanwhile, the Virtuoso actually doing really well in this 1v1. Actually straight up beats the Harbinger. That's very nice. Is this Stomp going to connect? It does connect. Really nice 1v1 there from Easywork. Of course, he has a lot of cleanse here, right? And that's going to actually be quite annoying for that Harbinger to deal with. We actually have this here. Restorative Illusions. Each Shatter or Blade Song will remove a Condi. And every Phantasm will also take a condition as well. So a lot of cleanse here. Especially when you then put in the Signet of Midnight, which is going to remove 5 Condis thanks to Blurred Inscriptions or the Invuln and Reflect here too. Quite irritating for that Harbinger to deal with. So this looks like it will be a win here for the blue team at this point. They have that middle node. Virtuoso standing strong over here on the mine as well. Should be able to lock that down. And as long as blue team just kind of bunkers, they are okay. Their support is available there alongside the Willbender and the Harbinger with the Spectre too. So the fight should be good right now for the blue team on middle, or just at least stable. And in fact, they're actually going to go for a kill on the enemy Willbender. Can they land that? Willbender kites away quite effectively. And actually blue getting very low. They commit to that kill very hard, and red team counter pressures very nicely and does find a punish. But the problem is I'm not sure it's going to be quite good enough. And, well, I mean, the blue team actually do end up losing this node as the Thief decaps, and the Virtuoso did decide to move over towards middle. Blue team trying to swing this fight in their favor again by going for this kill. They get the Willbender down. That's going to be a lot of damage, completely absent from the red team, so that's very, very nice. And the Moa is huge and kills the Untamed immediately. And I think those 2 kills, that should just about lock this game in, actually. Willbender going to push into this 1v1 to keep the Harbinger locked down. Of course, Willbender dealing very heavy damage here. But again, 40 points to go. I mean, blue just needs to stand on mid, right? They're going to get 5 points here from the Heavenly Princesses, about to get taken out. I just want to see Demolish and Lixina just kind of AFK here, right? Like, the game is not winnable for the red team, really. Even with double beast, that's not going to be good enough. Spectre does come in for the plus, and this will, of course, neutralize this node, forcing that Harbinger away. In fact, probably leads to a kill, because, of course, red team can't really afford to give up this node. They will end up losing horribly if they do that, and yeah, the Harbinger not able to get out or get to a kiting spot in time and will be eliminated here. Another 5 points, and that will end the game. That is how it goes. GG, game over. Blue team, Team Hardstuck, making it happen, gamers. Making the magic happen and proceeding to the next round. Okay, that's probably one of the slower games, actually. Are there any other games still going on? Let's take a look. No, is the answer. Ah, we get a very spicy game early on here. Team Copium versus Fly High. Definitely going to check that one out. I actually want to very briefly check this roster. A, B, C, D, E, F, U. Let's see if this is a bunch of Sweat Lords. Could be. Could be. Oh, I wonder if this is like one of those NA teams. Because I know that Jeff was playing on... Jeff was playing on goddamn EU last time. So it could end up being the big man. Team Roach. Let's see who's here. Let's take a look. Ah, oh, no, it's not. It's these guys. Never mind. Yeah. Well, there you go then. Roach Academy. Yes, the Roach Academy indeed. But no, not this time. It is in fact Noir, Avarice, okay, Will Tom, Tail Swipe, God X, and Hodel. Enjoy. Find the war in the is like playing Where's Waldo. Well, hey, you know, Bladesworn's getting buffed next patch, so who knows? You know, weirdly enough, is you know, Bladesworn's not that bad. There just aren't that many people who play Warrior, right? I could definitely imagine a world in where Warrior does quite well. For example, in my previous tournament, the Hardstuck Conquest League 3, Vans, I'm sure you guys know Vans, right? The World versus World guy. He actually played Bladesworn in the NA bracket, and actually performed extremely well on Bladesworn, and that team did really, really well, actually, and they had a Bladesworn on their team. It's not that Bladesworn is, like, totally awful. It's just that, honestly, people don't play Warrior, right? There aren't that many Warrior mains currently playing. But yeah, it's double French here. GLHF, I like that. I like that good manner there. But I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this game, because this is certainly going to be a potential finals, right? Actually, Team Copium, of course, winning the previous monthly AT, a very powerful roster indeed of gamers here. And Team Fly High also, very strong roster. I think the big teams in contention here, actually, are Team Copium the Fly team, so in other words, Ultranum and Fishing for Gizmos, and then also the Frenchies, right? So the French Worms combined with the French Frauds. I also think, actually, Off Dream has potential too, right? You know, maybe the 4th seed, I'd say, here is Off Dream. So there's definitely some high-level competition, actually, like for the few, you know, for the top spots. Good map as well. Capricorn, my favorite. I love to see it. This game, I think, is going to be very favored towards the French here. I don't really see much hope for the red team, to be perfectly honest with you. Or having said that, never mind. I curse the French as the red team just completely decimate them with that Soul Beast and Willbender damage output, I believe, combined with an Elite Elixir too. However, absolutely insane Earth Glyph Revival from Esprit there and on Arzaz. We're reviving 3 players at the same time or something crazy like that with that Earth Glyph. Carrying that fight hardcore. Is it going to be enough to actually win the fight, though? Maybe not. The Goat Fraud is down to here. Viper Zealith in trouble, too. So despite that very clutch revival, it may well end up not being quite enough. And the French are forced to disengage this and try and stay alive here. Az is in a lot of trouble here as well. Does have a bit of evasion left over. Has that great sword block. Duck. Can he go to staff? No, he can't right now. We'll have some evasion coming soon. Some very nice kiting. Legends completely bugged there. And yoinks that Earth Shield. So he is good to go right there. Love to see that. Very high value. Gets bonked by the Guardian line. But blue team, despite all of that, do end up quite well off that map state. Of course, they did have their Spectre, Reich, and he was just busy 1v1ing off to the side, securing this. So they do have that side node fully established. But there's no Zealith right now. There's no Willbender for the blue team here. Now just arrives. If Azus can hold on, this fight can certainly go in the direction of blue, but he's got to find a way to stabilize here. The healing is great here from the Tempest of blue, keeping this player up. And now they're going to try and turn that aggression around onto the Willbender from the red team. But it's easier said than done, as the support is very, very good here indeed here from Avarice here. Very good healing. And good kiting here from the red Willbender, actually. But how long is that going to last? Looks like the time might be up there. Another big heal connects, but is it enough? No, it is not. There is some stability to maybe attempt this revival, and Zealith does go down in the countercleave there. Could they get this rally? I think they actually may well end up finding it. They do get that rally, and red team managed to get themselves another kill in this fight. However, there is a counter kill coming through here from the blue team. The Tornado from the Tempest is absolutely fantastic, but Azaz is just so low with Riken. Can they finish this kill somehow? Is there enough sustain? Oh, they just can't really finish this cleave. Can they get the job done? The Spectre trying to finish off the job here. It's really, really tight here, but I think the hand res might not be good enough. No, it is not. I know, great fear there from Riken. Is going to secure another kill, and blue team are just barely going to be able to take themselves this fight. What an intense game, actually, so far. Blue certainly pulling ahead here quite nicely. Getting a kill right as the bell comes up is fantastic, particularly as they get the, oh, they go the Harbinger too, and the support Guardian. Oh, that is an absolute disaster for our red team here. Tail Swat Godex going to go for this decap, but will be pursued by the Willman. I don't just doesn't really know what to do there. Wants to maybe go for the bell, but they're going to have to get up for free right now. Still a bleed as well. 2 bleeding kills and a triple gap for blue. But despite a rough start, this game is a little bit rough now, yeah. Bell secured, triple cap, massive. They're actually going to go for a hand res on Hodel here. Can they actually get that? No, they can't. That might actually snowball against them too, as the Willbender takes huge damage from that on the red team. So much DPS output there, because they have a lot of damage themselves there with the double Willbender and the Untamed. That really is a ridiculous amount of damage output, but of course they are a little bit more fragile, perhaps, than the blue team is. Another kill here onto this red Willbender. Some serious issues. Nice revival does come through there from the support Guardian, but I think it's going to be a very short-lived reprieve from death for the red team. They're trying to disengage, but the blue team is completely relentless right now, as is 1v1ing into Tailswipe Godex, and I think it's time to go ahead and look at this other game here. Let's take a look. All right, then. So, ooh, it's going to be the Guardian swap here from Fly. I think there actually is still a little bit of debate here, like Guardian versus Tempest. Like, some players are definitely on the Tempest train here, but some teams are still playing the core Guardian. It looks like Fly about to get blown up here. The damage from the blue team is high. Yeah, he can't really, just completely locked down there. Can't get to a full kite swap. Can't get peeled out there. And Team Copium get themselves a very, very nice kill. Sakiki finds Xeon as well in that 1v1. And yeah, the Vindicator here. This actually got very hotly debated last time, as I understand it. actually. The Vindicator versus Harbinger 1v1. Some people were saying that it's very favored towards the Harbinger. Some people were saying it's very heavily favored towards the Vindicator. But so far, Sakiki actually demonstrating very clear victory in that 1v1. They're able to eliminate that and actually setting up a triple cap, in fact. A very dominant performance. They want to get this second monthly AT win. They'd really like to make that happen. Let's see if they can do it. Of course, it's only the second round, so there's plenty of time for Red Team to potentially recombobulate themselves, but they've taken a serious hit so far. The compositions are fairly similar here for both these two teams. It is a double Harbinger here, so there's going to be a Vindicator on red, and that might actually be one of the issues here, because there's not much of an answer to Sakiki for the red team. There's nothing that can really 1v1 this super effectively for the red team, which is definitely a serious problem. Wherever Sakiki is on the map, there is an issue. So red team are going to be very heavily reliant on just hard snowballing the map and trying to get a recovery, but I'm not even sure if they're going to get the opportunity to do that, as they are currently 80 points down already here. Gauntlet does get revived, but Maya incredibly low. A Bell about to be secured here. It's about up there. Maya very, very low indeed. 8% health left over. Tries to pull away, but pulls back directly into the very, very dangerous Harbinger there from Feifei, the Estrogen Addict on the blue team, taking heavy damage. I think the Spectre is not long for this world. Might try just to simply die on node, and it's going to do exactly that. But Team Copium simply surging ahead right now. This is not looking good whatsoever, I'm afraid. Surf Club leader Ione. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Like, the Surf Club memes, they're very much beyond me. There's always been guilds like Jet Ski Water Surf or some fucking bullshit. People are obsessed with this stuff. It's probably some kind of, like, weird term that I'm just not familiar with. But, yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, it's not looking good for red whatsoever. They're a bit dead here, not gonna lie. They're hard dead. Hard dead. Carblanca getting cleaved out. Fly and Xeon gonna go for the revive. They kind of have to go for it, but it's a big commitment, and it's gonna get punished too, as you can see here. Wrath of the Lich King waiting room. That is a pretty funny name, actually. I like that. Okay, Carablanca and Fly and Xeon, they all go down, and I mean, that kind of does seal the deal here, to be honest with you. This game is well and truly over here. 23-238. That is the end of that. Is there maybe any chance of a redemption arc potentially by the French? Well, no, the French would actually just straight up win the game at that point, or a slightly more decisive round, as you can see here. A lot of 500 to very low points, as you can see. What's this team over here? Beating ancient contenders? That's a very interesting meme, actually. Wow. Ah. So this might actually be... Ah, wait. Oh, wait. What's happened here? Wait, this is like the other half of Fishing for Gizmos. Oh, no. I wonder if that team is actually kind of like semi-broken up. Because actually we have Zan here. And we also have Enigma here too, actually. Who's, of course, a Fishing for Gizmos member. Right over here. And they're actually doing very well into a powerful team, actually. Like this roster here, Ancient Contenders. They are a team that always performs well. Right, you know, there's some very old school gamers. That's why they're called ancient. Okay, ancient contenders. Right, been around for a long time. They're ready to blast. They're ready to grind. And actually, I'm very surprised to see them have so much difficulty here, because this, don't get me wrong, this is a very powerful roster on blue team. But I've got to say, you know, like red team actually do often play very, very well. Two teams double the chance. I like that. Yeah, that's true. That's very, very good. It's an old WoW joke. Yeah, you know, I'm unfamiliar. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, this game is also basically over. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one. Time to zip away into another game. Are there any... Ooh, how about this one? Let's go... This might be a little Peepo game, but you know what, guys? Sometimes you want to see the Peepo games, you know? Like, this is the good kind of games. All right, then. So, on the red team, it is Fell Nightshell on Support Guardian. Okay, Blanca Maligna on Trapper Soul Beast. It's a good build. We have Clash for Cash, Harbinger, playing the roaming build, actually. Sweetie on Virtuoso, and Helgi on another Harbinger. On the blue team, it's Aleko here on Whirlbender. It's Goylard Dracons on a... Wait. A DP... Wait, a Burn Core Guard here, actually. Giga Chad build. Soulless Sunstorm on Berserker. Condi Berserker here. Very... Ooh, actually a spicy build here. Rabid Amulet with Rune of Aristocracy. spamming loads of weakness, I guess. Wait, I guess with body blow? Yeah, body blow to spam weakness, which will then give might, converting into condition damage. I like that. That's some big energy right there. Oh, yeah, they removed the confusion trait, so you can't do that anymore. But there it is, guys. Warrior is here. Berserker has arrived. Oh, look at that damage. Oh, my God, like 3k burn tick. Wow. Absolutely insane. The Berserker is unleashing right now. Oh, final thrust. Oh, I don't think it landed, though, unfortunately. And this Berserker taking so much. Oh, the Elite Elixir just absolutely destroys. And the red team are going to get a free bell here. Blue team not really responding to this. Not able to handle this. I like the full 5-man Zerg from the red team to get the bell. It is paying off, though, because that is a 50-point bell. Blue team are going to get the map off the back of this, though. As you can see, getting at least a 2-cap. Dude, wait, red team is literally just zerging. Wait, what is going on here? This is insane. Look, they're all going to the same node with each other. I like that. They're sticking together. Strength in numbers, my friends. Strength in numbers. Okay. Can blue hold on? They really don't want to give up another bell. If they go another bell, they're basically dead, to be honest. 75 points. Will not work out very well whatsoever. Okay, so this Berserker needs to make something happen. Needs to get the job done here. Can it happen? Let's see if it does. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, spoiler alert. It doesn't. The Berserker is pretty dead. The Virtuoso landed a lot of colony damage. Oh, this could be an inter... Oh, no! Throws the hammer at the wrong person! Oh, my God. That is very unfortunate there. I mean, there may have been stability on the swords, and they do manage to actually get the kill on the red Solvies off that. So blue making a bit of a recovery. Can they get a clip? They do get another one. This could be a snowball. If red team keeps feeding into this, could be really, really bad, actually. Wait, what's this player doing? They know they can win on 2. I like this. Red team has identified the win condition. They know that if they just hold on, they will win the game, particularly seeing as they've been getting all these bells. If they can win the 3rd one in 1 minute's time, they will auto-win the game. I like that. That's good. So far, though, red just pumping out the healing, pumping out the content, pumping out the gaming, doing their best to hold on. Can blue win a fight? They need to win this fight right now. Core Necromancer cancels the Signet. The Signet is really good for focusing down targets. Will it be used again? Let's see what the usage is going to be. Is it going to be a target onto the Core Guardian, maybe? Oh, but they already lose their Berserker. Yeah, the Berserker's a little bit too squishy. And there's no support for blue either, so they can't really be taking these team fights very well. They need to split the red team up a little bit more, but that is simply not happening, unfortunately. The Wilburn actually does die 1v1 as well into this Harbinger, and I'm afraid the blue team, they had a valiant effort here. But they are going to lose. They are dead now at this point. 6 minutes. Bell is up in 15 seconds. And with that, the game will end. There's no real possibility of a response from the blue team. They do actually have the side nodes, but not anymore. Actually, they lose when they pick up a kill on this Harbinger. But it's not going to be good enough, I'm afraid. The bell is here. Blue can't really do too much about this. The core Mesmer is going to try to get involved, but there's probably a little bit too much here. Holy shit. They attempted a one-shot. But it didn't work. The one-shot failed. Wasn't enough. And yeah, red team has sent a lot of their roster here. They actually have the Core Guardian still AFKing on mid just to kind of guarantee some of these points. Now they're going to rotate over there. So blue team maybe have a glimmer of hope here if they can somehow get a kill before the support arrives. But unfortunately, they are not able to do that as the Core Mesmer has gone into the downstate. And I think the Berserker is going to be following suit very, very shortly. The Core Necromancer, the last one standing. Another player moves in there from the Willbender, but actually just gets completely crushed in the cleave dungeon. Blue just cleaving everything down at this point, just getting kill after kill after kill. Here comes Dom. It does get denied. One down saber into the immediate rally, and that is the last stand. GG called by the Berserker. Love to see that well-mannered gameplay. Very cool stuff there. And I think we're going to be going on to the next round. Will we see Team Copium into the French? I think that will probably be the next one of the next rounds, or at least maybe the round after that. Because, of course, the way it typically works is that it puts you against teams that keep winning, right? So let's see if it is. No, it's not going to be Team Copium into the French. Not yet, anyway. We have Fly into Ancient Contenders. Wow. Absolutely insane. Incredible gameplay, dude. Incredible content. Yeah. Yes. Defeated but honorable. Yeah. A respect, you know? You got to give that respect there. Let's see. What are these games? What are these games? Which of these games is going to be good? I'm actually not sure. I think maybe fly high into Ancient Contenders. Let's take a look at that game. Let's go and take a look here, guys. Yes. Yes. 55 disbanded. I don't think 55 have much interest in playing a lot of the monthlies right now. I think, to be frank, there wouldn't be a lot. It wouldn't be very competitive. Like the current 55 roster. So Boy, Straza, etc. To be honest, would be 500 owing essentially all of these teams. The only team that can really challenge 55 right now is USA. So the tournament is probably more exciting without 55, and it would just be boring for them to play, I think. They're a little too far ahead. It's similar to Team USA. I mean, Team USA... don't really even play full roster in the monthly. It's typically like USA and the boys, right? They play with their friends a lot of the time. You know, obviously you'll see a lot, you know, it'll be like 3 or 4 of them, right? But it's not like full sweat lord for USA in the monthly. But they also similarly dominate, right? On NA, right? Can you check Avec Le, new decent team, foremost French Wars? You know what? Yes, I can. Let's see who these guys are. More French gamers. Draza and French Worms. Draza is on 55 now. That's the thing. All right. Oh, I like this. Full tryhard. Hang on. I like that. They're hard role playing. Very, very nice here. Full team names. Let's fucking go, actually. So we have Constant here. Avec Le Frère. Avec Le Heiss. Okay. Avec Le Bells. Okay. Avec Le Gabe Itches. And Avec Le Noti here. On this team. I'd love to see it. So this is actually eBrush, Not a Melon, Belzadar, I don't know who this is, and Heiss. So very cool, and actually a very sensible roster. We have the double Harbinger approach. We'll have to see how this is going to stack into the Vindicator, though. I'm not going to lie, because, again, the Vindicator, I do think, has been proven to be a very powerful choice for these teams, for Team Copium, and, of course, for the French frauds here, too, as is representing that Vindicator here, because it has that 1v1 potential, but also delivers very high team fight value at the same time. And so far, French frauds taking a good team fight here. Basically, a very similar comp here. Again, just that Vindicator for the second Harbinger is basically what the trade has been in. But there's definitely some potential here. Like the red team, there's certainly a bunch of very strong players. Now, this is a bit of a tricky map here for red, because at the end of the day, if you do fall off a little bit, if you do get snowballed, it can be very hard to recover. This is a very small map here on Legacy of the Fofar. So once you get triple capped, it can actually be quite difficult to break out of it. And you can see that after that one fight was won on mid, that the French frauds have very quickly taken over the entire map. You can see here. Now red, it's on them to find a way to break out of this. They're going to go for a far push. This is a pretty scary play, I think, particularly because they're actually down on their support. They do not have a support currently available, as they'll be back in 10 seconds, and it will take them quite a long time to rotate over here to the waterfalls. This is a very scary moment, as of course, particularly as the blue team have their support already here, and that's going to give them a significant sustain advantage in this particular fight. And oh my goodness, yeah, they already collapsed onto that Harbinger. There's just not enough sustain there, and that is another kill picked up immediately. I think red team, they've got to be very careful. It's a very powerful roster, but I think they've made a slightly unfortunate decision there, and they get punished for it. Red team gets punished. Immediate pounce coming through from blue team. Yeah, absolutely crazy there. And yeah, the build here, if you're curious about the Vindicator build for Azaz, it's going to be with Alliance Stance and Shiro with Great Sword, 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 with Retribution, Invocation, and Vindicator. So a lot of damage output here, actually, on this build, with the Berserker Amulet and Rune of Divinity, because we saw a lot of Avatar fun times, but this is not the case. Much more damage-oriented build coming through here, and a lot less focus on sustain, actually, than we're used to. A lot of the Vindicator builds we've seen have been stuff like Steadfast Rejuvenation, Dwarven Battle Train, right? Like, very tanky, but this is actually not the case. Going for the Vicious Reprisal, which stacks Might whenever you have Resolution on you, and then fueling that with this trait here, Resolute Evasion, and of course you get less damage while you have Determined Resolution too. Then leaning into Invocation for a bit more sustain. from Rapid Flow and Cleansing Channel. And then the Song of the Mists, which is going to give you quickness when you swap the Shiro. What does the Alliance one do, actually? Oh, yeah, it gives you endurance, yeah. So, yeah, you can gain up to, like, 15 endurance, I guess, when you kind of, like, swap to your Alliance stance. There you go, I guess. But, yeah, blue team, as you can see here, definitely dominating this matchup so far. Very powerful. I think we are going to go take a look at another game. And I have this team taste together, you know. We can see that they've actually named their characters already. So that's very, very cool stuff indeed. I love to see that. Very, very nice indeed. But, yeah, hopefully they keep this up because that's definitely a very powerful roster of gamers, actually. They certainly have a lot of potential, I think, to, you know, go a long way and become a very powerful team. So let's go ahead and see what we have going on over here. How about that Ancient Contenders game? Where are they? Where are they? Let's have a look. They're running a drug. Ooh, actually, blue. Oh, wow. Straight up, yeah, blue team dominating hard. Man, Ancient Contenders having a rough tournament so far, actually. Not seeming able to break out of this very effectively at all, unfortunately. In fact, the Catalyst actually having a bit of trouble 1v1 into the Spectre. Of course, the Spectre is very well known for being an excellent duelist in addition to that roaming role, too. And yeah, Maya doing fantastically into the Catalyst so far. And Nico Nikoni having a lot of difficulty sustaining that massive Condi pressure. Oh, that might be the actually. That might be the kill. And it is going to be the kill there. Yeah, very nice 1v1 there from the Spectre on blue team. And well, to be frank, this is kind of looking like the end of the game at this stage, really. Listen, okay, we cannot encourage drinking games in PvP. That is not where we want to be, my friends. Okay, that's not good. All right, then. So, here we are on the red team. We have... Oh, they're also role-playing. I like that. Okay, we have Drunken Equals, Drunken Captain, Drunken... not Drunken Wulan, Drunken Nandel, and Drunken Carrie Potter. I like it. That's good. And here we are, 200 points up against the red team here. Actually, I believe it's like a pug team. Here we have Mavis. We have May LaFlame, Liv, Burkai Jockey Chan, David from Angmar, Press Terror on the red team. Can they stop the Drunken Contenders? Then the answer, it's no, actually. Because, you know, the Drunken Contenders, although they may currently be under the influence of alcohol, they are actually very, very powerful players, actually. They played... they played in Motor 1, actually, the Valerians, and did pretty well, actually, with some very interesting Ranger play back then, actually, I believe. Very interesting Soul Beast here from specifically Nandel and Equals were really juicing hard there as well. But, yeah, this is not looking super good here for Red. They're having some problems here, and I do believe this will be a very favorable game towards our blue team here. There it is. Coblix versus Rev Dodge. Yeah, it's pretty juicy. Pretty juicy indeed. All Spectres run Condi. Yeah, a lot of them do. Sind runs Power. He's a big Power fan, but yeah, a lot of Spectres are running Condition right now. Is there any kind of exciting game? The next round is going to be Frenchies into Team Copium, so that will be a really spicy game. Ooh, how about this game, actually? Because, yeah, this one is probably going to go very strongly towards blue. So let's see if we can actually find ourselves an exciting match. Let's take a look at this one. Alrighty then. So... it's this team again, the red team that were winning all those bells, getting that Zerg action going down here. And here we go, on the blue team, it's going to be Wuruin, Alsvidar, Bulvarg, and Camel Del Asherin. Dragon Hunter Gaming, playing some old school, double DH, double trap DH. This is certainly going to be very, very good at dealing with gold players. But the good news is that the red team, they're far too experienced for that. They would never allow that to happen. They do have to figure out their map control here. It looks like they're Virtuoso as their main duelist here. But they need to make sure they just simply don't get out-rotated, because they were Zerging quite a lot on that Capricorn map, which it was okay, right, for the Zerg there, actually. Because at the end of the day, you know, the Bell is such a powerful objective that as long as you win that, if you get out-rotated a little bit, it might not actually be the end of the universe. For what you built on this map, there's no secondary objective, so you have to be a little bit careful with controlling the map and sorting that out. So be aware of that. Yeah, a lot of Guardians here on the blue team. Core Guard on support, Willbender, and double DH. Slightly questionable composition, but you know what? Can they make it work against the red team? Ooh, really nice kill. Just lands that immobilize, lands that burst. The Harbinger gets completely shut down, and so does the Soul Beast too. And red team actually having a bit of trouble into their opponents right now. They are going to get the, they are going to get the side notes here. The Dragon Hunter pushed into the Harbinger. The Harbinger should be okay here. I think immediately goes for the Elite Elixir. Unfortunately, does throw it directly into the projectile destruction. Ooh, that Harbinger actually kind of getting trolled here a little bit by the terrain. Needs to be very careful. Has the elixirs available here. Does not have much shroud, though. The DPS looks pretty damn good, though. Yeah, that Spinal Shivers was absolutely devastating. Wow. Instant kill. The Soul Beast comes in, and the Harbinger will be allowed to rotate to mid. Yeah, this is exactly what red team want. Now they're getting a team fight. They love team fight. They've got that double Necro. They've got their support guide in play, and this is going fantastically well for red. I'd like to see the Virtuoso maybe leave here. Oh, they need to revive their support guard. Actually, the support guard runs out of corners and dies. And they should be able to res that. They do. I'd kind of like to see this Virtuoso contest this node, but I guess that down state did kind of deny all opportunity to do that. Virtuoso does die, actually. Wait, did the Signet... Wait. Oh, no! Oh, no, the poor... He missed. Oh, that... Well, guys, that is unfortunate. The red support guardian sadly missed his Signet. Was not able to revive the Virtuoso. However, the team is able to quite nicely clean up this fight anyway. Not too bad indeed. Meanwhile, over here, the Willbender during all that chaos was able to run past and go for that decap. And you can see that, yeah, losing the Virtuoso there really sucked for red. Like, that slightly messy team fight punished them very hard. Not getting that revival, getting that down so they couldn't out-rotate their opponents. And they have lost some map control from that. They are okay there as the Soul Beast and the Harbinger. And now going to have to push in this 2v2. This always does take very heavy damage, though, but just get a good heal skill if they're using the Beast skill. The F3 for some healing and resistance. But during all that, wow, the DH just annihilates the Harbinger, actually. And you can see that Dragon Hunter is very, very strong, actually, against players who are maybe a little less experienced with the game. And this Harbinger is kind of falling prey to that, really, kind of getting farmed by the DH, which is obviously not ideal. And now the blue team able to collapse onto middle, and all of a sudden, this Harbinger from red and the support guardian are in a world of pain here. But could this actually be an insane, like, 2v4? I don't think it could be, actually. The DH is here, yeah, and that Harbinger is getting very, very low. And the Virtuoso actually just loses the 1v1, has to run away. There's another Soul Beast now moving in. I kind of want to see red team. They need to help out their players on middle here. They're trying to hold on as best as they can. They do have double Harbinger here, and that's a really good team of 3 players here. They're actually kind of winning the 4v3 right now, which is fantastic for them. They get the kill. Is there a revival available? There is a Signet. Will it land? Oh, he does get feared, though. Very nice fear. That may have been a corrupt, in fact, coming up from those Harbingers. But actually, the blue team turn it around and go for a counter kill. Can they get the cleave? The Dragon Hunter trap's going crazy. And actually, there's no revival attempt coming through from red. And actually, the AoE damage right now is just so massive that blue team get another kill on the support guardian. Harbinger from red now in trouble as well. This is absolutely catastrophic for the red team. They're having so much difficulty dealing with these Dragon Hunters, actually. I spoke too soon here, actually. I really, really did. Because red are just getting absolutely pulverized right now. That is not what you want to see. That's very unfortunate, actually, guys. You hate to see it. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Red still managed to actually get the slight advantage in terms of points for the time being, but that gap may end up closing very, very quickly. I like this decap here from the Red Harbinger, and maybe even this 1v1 win. Looking pretty good there. Oh, they land the Elite Elixir. That's going to be a kill. Yeah, the Willbender got fucked. Oh, just barely gets the cleanse with a Contemplation and Purity. I don't think it's enough, though. Yeah, that was a big Elite Elixir into, of course, the Vital Draw. Very fun skill to play against there, Harbinger. That's a really key 1v1, actually. Like, getting a single node back on the board, keeping the points advantage in favor of red is really juicy. Soul Beast moving in. Not really sure what he's going to do here exactly, but the Harbinger will then move on towards middle. I think I want to see this just kill this and go, right? Like, they need to get into this middle fight here. The support guardian and the other Harbinger are holding on, but they can definitely carry this fight. Oh, a big 2v3! A huge 2v3, actually! Very nice Vital Draw. And the Stomp! And the Signet is burned as well. Too slow, and it was used. Support Guardian taking very heavy pressure on the red team. But a massive 2v3 from the red Support Guardian and the Harbinger. Insane turnaround there. And let's see, they have a second Harbinger available here. That's going to be a big turnaround. Oh, the Entangle as well. So annoying to deal with there. That is the end of that multi-drug resistance. Not resistant to immobilize, though, and gets completely shut down. That may well be a triple cap. No, blue team is sneaking behind enemy lines here quite effectively. Getting that decap, but the Harbinger is already ready to respond. I think red team is starting to run away from this. Run away with this, actually. They may end up locking this down quite effectively. Let's see if they can make it work. Double Harbinger 2v2, but oh no! The Dragon on the trap, holy shit, the damage is crazy. Oh, but the Harbinger damage is quite outrageous. Yes, it is. There's another kill, very, very low, but the sustain should be good. There's a downside, it's double downside, but I think red team still has the edge here because it will actually end up killing the Harbinger manages to get the kill, and now we need to see a revival here. Oh, goes for the stomp. No! I don't believe it! Oh my god! Is this such a classic mistake? Oh no! Went for the stomp instead of the revive and gets absolutely annihilated for it. I don't think it actually matters at this point, but that is such a... Oh, such a classic mistake there. Like, in a situation like that, guys, you always want to go for the revive, right? Because you've got the double down state. The enemy team can't come back from that. They can't recover, right? The only way to throw there is to go for the stomp and get knocked, right? Like, that is very unfortunate. He could not res. You can. You just have to make sure you're close to the revive, right? Or just right click to do it, right? You just have to do that. Like if you go for the stomp, you instantly throw the game, and that is unfortunately exactly what happened. Good news is though, doesn't actually matter. Respawn comes through. One cap on middle as well is also going quite nicely. Although actually, this is a little bit scary for red, as they are down their Support Guardian. Support Guardian is now back. Soul Beast is dead too. Blue get the neutralizations. As long as they don't lose a single player, they can win. Signet does land. That's nice. Oh, but blue lose a player here. Yeah, this Harbinger. Man, this Harbinger is just juicing. Holy shit. What a gamer. Might go down to, but yeah, it doesn't matter if he goes down. The rally should come through. The stomp is there. Wait, oh my god. Holy shit. Is he going to get that? Oh, actually gets the rally. Wait, blue team, actually insane comeback here. They get the middle cap. That was a clutch stomp there by the blue. That was an example of a really good time to go for a stomp. Reviving there wouldn't have worked because there was another player to go for the counter cleave. And now they're getting the snowball. Oh, but this Soul Beast must answer this Harbinger. Clash for Cash is in play here. And the Virtuos is moving to over. Oh, blue team zerging a little bit too much. They might be able to get some kills, but they've got to control the map. They're running out of time here. Soul Beast does go down. Liar in trouble too. Soul Beast being driven away, but needs to take this. They can't concede this. Oh, I don't know what the Soul Beast was doing. Just randomly concedes the node. Oh, but wait, the Harbinger actually ports away from the node, giving up the cap. What is going on in this game? I don't know. Support guy trapped in this 1v2 now. How does this fight on middle look? It's double DH. We've seen that be very, very scary. There's the big pull. Oh, but the instant stun break there actually reflects the true shot back onto him there with that distortion gaming. 1v1 over here. Oh, the Harbinger just absolutely annihilating here. Does have Signet of Renewal there for the cleanse. All the immobilize is juicy. Oh. Wait, could the pet res be a big meme here? Could it happen? There will be an interrupt. Oh, but I think the wait. Oh, that was so close, actually. Holy shit. Like, if he'd actually stunned a little bit later, he might have been able to come back there. Blue team actually get the cleanup here on the Virtuoso. The Soul Beast holding on, but this red Harbinger getting this one cap is so big. Dude, how is this what the support guard is holding on for dear life in this 1v1 into the DH? The red team slowly marching towards victory. However, now, oh, here comes a Willbender. I think the Harbinger is going to be in a bit of a sticky situation. It will be a 1v2 as the Soul Beast about to move in here. Oh my god, what the fuck? This Willbender is a machine. Actually nearly gets the instant kill onto the Harbinger. What a beast. Support guard dies. There's the stomp out. Oh, but this Harbinger is so, sorry, the DH is so low. Does he have cause? No, he's got nothing. Gets lifted. But actually Bulwark now moves in. Oh my god, blue team is making this what they get the kill onto the red Harbinger. Blue team is monstrous right now. If they can get a double cap, that is enough to win the game. They actually might find themselves a triple cap. I think they are going to find themselves a triple cap, actually. Oh my god, red team is in so much trouble. They've got to break this hold. And no, the DHs, they activate full meme mode. Red team goes down state here. Oh my god, this is actually a colossal throw from the red team right now. This is a complete disaster. And there's a triple cap. I think blue team has this. They do lose their DH. Is there a stomp? There is a stomp here, but blue now just need to bunker. Soul Beast in position to potentially contest both these nodes. They're so close. Can they just hold on a little bit more? They have their support available here. They are still actually outnumbering. They've massively over-rotated. What? Oh my god, the Soul Beast AFKs. It just gives up the node for no reason. But maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on at this point. I think blue team might be able to get away with this. Just barely. No, red. They nearly have the decap here. They're going to get this other node. All the DHs make it there to get that contest. They get a counter kill here. The Soul Beast there. All 5 points matter so much here. Can they get the stomp? Yes, they do. I think blue team has this. This DH has got a bunker. Can he hold on? And another kill comes through on the other side of the map. And blue team actually wins. Yeah. What an ending. What a game. Okay, that's going to be the best game of the tournament. Yeah. 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 Look, that, guys, is why you go for the revive, not the stomp. Because that can happen to you, right? You can horribly throw the game. Yeah. I like it. Some good content there, guys. Some good content. By the way, hey, thanks so much, Epi, for the raid, man. Appreciate it, dude. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the monthly AT. Nike. Can you check DMs real quick, by the way, dude? All right. Let's go take a look. Now, this is going to be, can anyone stop Team Copium? See if they can actually hold this off. Here we go, and here we are on Colosseum. This is a full mirror, I believe, more or less, which you have a slight differential here. It's going to be the Support Guardian of Team Copium versus the Tempest of the French Frauds. So on the red team, it's going to be Sakiki on the Vindicator. And I believe there might be... Oh, no, this actually is going to be the same build with Az's, I think, more or less. Maybe a slight difference in the traits in Vindicator. Nope. We have the exact same build here. Berserker with Divinity Rune. And the same... Ooh, a slight rune difference. We have a slightly more defensive option on the rune. The Rune of Melandru here from Sakiki. So reduced condition duration. Instead, and some Sigil of Purging there as well, actually. Having that big cleanse, although Sigil of Purging is still present here, but on the other weapon set for Az's. We have the Condition Spectre here from Ione on red, and of course that is matched by Raikon on the blue team. We have Andreas Ultracope on the Willbender on the red team, and we have the Willbender of Zeolith on blue. We have Estrin Addict, aka Feifei, on the red team with the Harbinger, playing the classic Harbinger build. Death Magic, Curses, and Harbinger. Matched by Kelsier, the Goat Fraud, on the blue team. And finally, you have a Spree on his alt account. Arzaz on Tempest for blue. And of course, on the red team, it is the Wrath of the Lich King Waiting Room Support Guardian on red. So, bit of a difference here. And let's see, what will win, Guardian or Tempest? Let's find out. Certainly a hotly debated topic. But so far, the French actually getting a slightly better open here. Securing the first node there on the line. And it's going to be the Spectre 1v1 into Sakiki, while we actually have, over here, we have the Harbinger into the Vindicator. And honestly, these are actually very high-level players. I'm going to be very curious to see how this 1v1 goes, because honestly, whoever wins this 1v1, the Harbinger into the Vindicator, then that will actually give you a good indicator of how that matchup actually goes. Because like I said, last time in the YouTube comments and in my Twitch chat section, everyone was arguing over who should be winning Harbinger into Vindicator. Let's actually find out who should be winning. I think we actually do see a Spectre revive here. No, looks like we are not going to see that, actually. No, yeah, of course, the Spectre is all the way over here, so that is impossible. But the first team fight conflict actually does go in favor of Team Copium. They'll be able to secure that node quite effectively. However, blue team only lose a single player, and they disengage quite effectively to these side node fights. Although, having said that, Azaz immediately gets spiked out incredibly hard, actually. Unable to kite and survive the massive onslaught of damage coming through from the red team. However, the disengage there from the Harbinger does get rid of Sakiki on the Vindicator and secure at least one node for the blue team. So a slight advantage here for our red team so far, but certainly all to play for. It's going to be a close, intense game, and Azza's now in the dead state here, so we're going to see a little bit of a break here, I believe. Blue team will just simply play defensive until have they all their players back up there. This meta can certainly snowball out of control. There's a lot of damage output here, so being a player down is not where you want to be on the map. So just playing conservatively. Red team doing the same, and I actually like this. You know, they're not going to overextend. They're going to say, you know what? We're playing chill. We're not going crazy. We're not going to push that third node unless we need to. We don't need to right now. We won the fight. We're feeling good about our fights. We don't need that third node because that's where we could potentially throw the game by overextending. And they just take a, you know, decently healthy one node advantage, 30-point lead or so, fairly early on in the game. Looks like the French are going to come back and now go for the Willbender. Yeah, Ultra Cope, though, does disengage very, very nicely, using that mobility to stay out of harm's way. And now we see the counter pressure coming in there, Zealith being the target. And this is definitely the life of Willbenders right now. You are going to be the focal point here. You are going to be that focus target because the damage that this build provides is simply so vast that you need to get rid of it. You must remove it. And once again, we see a slightly different approach. Azza's actually team fighting, whereas Sakiki is actually going to be 1v1ing. And oh my goodness, that support guard gets nuked. However, very nice usage there of this trait here. This is Shallow Grave. So why did that Guardian get healed up? Basically, the Shallow Grave trait means that if you're tethered to someone who dies, you will full heal them instead of them dying, basically. That's exactly what happened there. Very nice save there, but is it going to be enough? The damage is just vast. And yeah, on this flat terrain, very hard to kite around here. Tornado will deny any kind of revival. And the French, they get themselves a very, very handy team fight victory here. I only can't really revive that. Buffs are coming up there, and it will be pushed now by the Thief, but Az is already hot on the pursuit here. Meanwhile, we have a 1v1 going down here. It looks like the Spectre holding pretty well here into the Vindicator. You know, I think eventually, I believe the Vindicator is going to essentially win the node, or at least force a decap. The Thief can't really stand toe-to-toe super well, but it can certainly hold its own, at least for a good amount of time. Ooh, this is a really nice kill here onto Feifei, actually, for the blue team. It's going to keep her out of this fight for a good amount of time. However, we already do actually see Ultra Coat come in here to quickly force away the Spectre away from the node and set it to neutral, which is a great position to be in. I actually like the decision here, by the way, from Andreas to not go for the full cap here. He knows that this node it's not, you know, it's going to take quite a while here, and he'd rather go and get some value elsewhere on the map, right instead. And that's exactly what he does there. Secures that buff, and now the damage from red is going to be truly lethal, just as Feifei comes back into play. Of course, blue team's still pushing the map pretty damn hard. That they have the middle node here. They're pushing their Tempest towards this dragon to take this 3v3 on respawn, but they are going to be at a disadvantage here. Bear that in mind, as they do not have that sword buff. That sword gives a 20% damage increase, and of course, semi-guaranteed stomps when you're able to actually downstate your opponents. So here comes the all-out 4v4, but actually the Tempest here from blue taking massive damage there. Ooh, water overload interrupted there too. Very scary situation for this Tempest. Doesn't really have much. Has Obsidian Flesh, which is very, very nice. Getting some great support there from his team. Has the Earth Overload now too. Goes for the disengage. Good healing from Azus. Looks like blue thinking about disengaging this. Actually, their Harbinger a little bit caught. They need to be very aware of that. Is it going to be a survive here? No, it is not. That is a full kill. Is there maybe a revive? Let's see if it comes through from a spree. No, it looks like it is not available, unfortunately. Yeah, no glyph available right now. So a slightly clumsy disengage, actually, from the blue team is going to punish them. Can they hold on to mid, though? That's the question. They probably don't want to give up this node. They're definitely getting back in, as you can see clearly here. Right, they're looking to hold on, so they can get themselves a point advantage. Their player is now back, so they haven't got to hold on long. But yeah, problem is Tempest's got nothing left. Yeah, absolutely nothing left. And no Earth Shield, nothing like that. So unfortunately, they are not able to hold on, just barely, actually. Like another 5 to 10 seconds, they would have been in a good position there. But unfortunately, that does not actually end up happening. And red team, again, take the momentum back in their direction there. Very nice. Yeah, both teams here playing at very high level. Very high levels of coordination going on right now from both of these rosters. They're really going for it. And red team now with the edge here. Very close game, as you can see. Around 30-point differential right now. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what's going to go on here. Blue now pushing in. Red again playing defensive. I like the defensive player from red. I think it's actually really causing them to not throw the game, right? I think it's reducing the opportunity they have to make a big mistake. I think it's very intelligent. They know that you don't have to win by 200 points. You only have to win by 1 point, right? essentially, right? Like, that is the kind of the strategy. Oh, but again, the support guy does get isolated here, actually. Red team need to watch out for this. That's the second time they've kind of left their Guardian exposed there, actually. Maybe a slight miscommunication between the team, as again, that vital support just gets caught out a little bit. Not quite enough peel there for Wrath of the Lich King waiting room on the red team, and that's just an immediate kill and a very decisive team fight victory. Meanwhile, this node is being held onto here, although great disengage here from the red team, and they quickly reinforce into this node to fight over it, getting that 3v2 outnumber. Tempest from blue moving in. Decap now comes through from Azaz, and he's going to go for full cap here as well, I think. Oh, a bit awkward here. Yeah, this is super awkward, unfortunately, for the red support guy. He's going to get harassed by this blue Harbinger as he tries to push over, but actually, it doesn't matter, actually, because this fight does go in favor of red. However, an excellent glyph comes through from the blue Tempest, reviving the Spectre almost immediately. However, 2-cap again set up for our blue team here. Trying to now push into this third node. Let's see. Will blue team disengage here? I almost feel like I want to see it. Oh, yeah. Riken maybe. Yeah, he's not getting out of this one, though, unfortunately. Does have Shroud, but I don't think that's enough, really. There's not enough sustain left over there. Yeah, again, slightly clumsy disengage. Like, Riken maybe didn't get the memo there. All of the blue team backed off a little bit. Again, just going to play two. Just going to play it safe. They don't want to overcommit, but a very serious punish here. I wonder if this is actually self-resable here for the Thief. Nah, that would be absurdly greedy, I think. So that's not going to happen. Simply going to let themselves bleed out there. Honestly, if there was any time the self-res, this would definitely be it, weirdly enough. But yeah, now we're in this really scuffed spot where red team are just going to have this outnumber here, and yeah, it's just so hard to survive for for blue rather. They just don't have enough sustain to hold on to this. Because bear in mind, there's a lot more damage than usual here. Like previously we saw stuff like Bunker, Vindicator, which really slows the game down. But honestly, the floodgates are open right now. Like the floodgates are totally open. There's nothing to really help you bunker outnumbered, and because of the damage output, again, you got the Spectre, you have this damage Vindicator now, Harbinger, Willbender. It's very hard to actually hold on and not give up ground when you're getting outnumbered like that. Oh man, and we've also got another bit of a problem here too for red, as they for blue rather, as they lose Zealith, and that's not this is a very bad time to lose it. Ooh, yeah, this Harbinger also getting a little bit caught out here too. That is not ideal. Ooh, a big leap finishes the job there, and I don't think there's any glyph available. It was already used in an earlier encounter. This is starting to get a little scary right now, I think, for the blue team. They just got staggered twice, losing the Willbender, then losing the Harbinger. They've been down a player for probably around a minute right now at this point, and that is really, really bad. And you can see that reflected in the score now, as red team secure themselves a very handy double cap, and they're even pushing towards that triple cap now, although it's a very stale 1v1 over here, as we saw with the Spectre into the Vindicator, so be aware of that. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. I think red, they've now got themselves into a position where they are really far ahead in terms of the map tempo. So they're probably feeling super good about this. I'm starting to see blue team running out of options. Of course, it's not over. This is the Swiss round, so they have plenty of opportunities to come back, right, and continue to qualify and try and get their revenge on Team Copium a little bit later on. But yeah, Zealith goes in their downside, and that's going to be the final kill there. Good revival there from the Tempest, and maybe that actually will result in the fight being inverted, but no. Another dude, these Spectres are really putting in work here, actually, but might not be enough to save this Harbinger. The Harbinger is getting absolutely battered right now by the blue team. There is the kill confirmed. Signet will get disrupted, I believe, yeah, by the Tornado, so that revival is going to get denied, because basically, Signet is a ground-targeted ability, so if you knock the down set away, the revival won't come through, so that's exactly what the Tornado is very good for there, actually. But yeah, blue, they were really they were sticking it to them there, right? They were going for it. They absolutely were. They really, really were. But unfortunately, it's not going to be quite enough for them in the Swiss rounds at least. And Team Copium looking to actually get that second win in a row, right? They've been winning big. They won the last monthly automated tournament there. Andreas, of course, taking his first monthly AT win. And this will be the first win for Feifei if she was able to pull this off, actually. Definitely one of those players that's been very much on the cusp of winning for a very long time, actually. These tournaments. Same with Ione, actually. I believe Ione actually hasn't won either, as far as I'm aware. So this will be another. It will be some fresh winners here on the red team. Very spicy content, but like I said, it's a little bit premature to be calling the result of the overall tournament now. As you know, you never know, like the Fly team with Fishing Figures, they might also have a bit of a rebound later on. And, well, yeah, I think the French frauds here will certainly be warming up and going for another massive assault on trying to secure the victory there as well. You know what, guys? This is going to sound really random. Have you guys ever played a game called Massive Assault? Did anyone ever play that game? It was like an insanely niche, turn-based strategy game. It was really good, and it had really good music too, and I really liked the graphics. But yeah, there you go. Like, that's just like a random tangent. Random tangent for the day. Here you go. Has a very distinctive art style. It was weird because it had like elements of territory control in it as well. So it was like a territory control game with guerrilla warfare where you'd like declare... It was like almost like a tabletop game actually, right? It had a lot of similarities with like tabletop style. Very cool actually. Look, here you go. Massive Assault. Hell yeah. Oh, it's 50% off right now on GOG. Not sponsored, by the way, but yeah. Go and try this game out. Whoa. Look at this. Look, guys. 256 megabytes of RAM. Run it on anything. Yeah. Monkey. I like the... Why are we putting Monkey in the chat? Is there any reason why we're putting Monkey right now? Oh, man. Is this round over? The round actually isn't over yet. Yeah. Oh, I see. Gorilla playstyle. I see where you're going with that, yeah. Alright, dude, look. Dude, the red team is the gift that keeps on giving. Holy shit. It's this team again, and they're in another fight to the death. They're ahead, but no. Oh, please tell me they're not throwing 2 games in a row. Oh, that is heartbreaking for Red. They lose 2 players. Virtuoso and Solbeast go down. They lose their only node. Red Harbinger tries to go for a decal, but Quasar's Faith actually arrives and gets a lethal burst onto the Red Harbinger. This is not where Red Team want to be right now. There's a double cap. Dragon now fully secured. Oh, no, I don't believe this. The Red Team might actually be throwing yet again. Support Guardian trying to hold on this, but it's actually nearly capped in favor of Blue. Oh, this is really, really bad for Red. They're in so much trouble right now. Oh, Vital Draw lands there, actually. The CC is huge. And the Red guy goes in. And the Wilburner gets the kill on middle. Oh, no, it is happening again. Red Team throwing another game. Yeah, Harbinger goes down. That's the end of that. 2 kills secured. I'd like to see a bleed here from Blue, actually. I'd love to see a bleed. They're going to go for a stomp, which is maybe not ideal, but I'm not sure it matters that much. Harbinger from Red also bleeding out, and yeah, 5 points really start to add up. And all Blue need to do is just bunker now. They actually get both buffs too. Quasar's Faith yoinking that sword buff and the shield. Oh, it's going to be almost impossible to win for it. In fact, I think it is actually impossible. I don't think it's possible to win, really, for Red. Maybe some kind of... Oh, hang on. Virtuoso, undercover ops, does get a decap. Oh, but this Willbender is so on point from Quasar, actually. Support Guardian tries to respond as well, but yeah, that's not really the ideal place to be as support. Doesn't really bring any damage to the table, so can't do much. I like the Mo. The decap, that shield, that was a clutch shield 5. But can Red get to mid to decap? They've got to, the Soulbeast needs to come middle. Oh, but oh no. There's a Willbender here. Oh. Maybe if the Willbender, like, trolls, it's doable. But it's not doable anymore. And there's a kill for Blue. That's the end of the game. Dude, I'm cursing the Red Team and it feels pretty bad. That's unfortunate stuff. It's unfortunate. Another round begins. Begins now, my friends. Let's see, what have we got here? What are these games? The French Frauds, Barzaloop, Team Copium versus Off-Dream. I think maybe that's going to be the game to look at here, actually. Off-Dream is actually a very powerful roster. They won the open bracket on NA in the recent Hardstuck Conquest League. Everything else, fly high into this team here. That could be a pretty decent team there as well. Actually, I tell you what, like, maybe this Avak team might be pretty cool, actually. Into ancient contenders. Let's take a look at that. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Bling. Here we are in Temple of the Silent Storm, guys. Temple of the Silent Storm. Here we go. Let's have a look at this game. Let's enjoy this game. On the red team. Ambra. Support Guard. Support Guardian? Please. Ambra would never play Guardian. He is an Ellie main. Support Tempest. Nico Ni. The only Catalyst player in the game. And look, yeah. Dude, this guy actually plays some interesting builds. Swashbuckler Amulet, Rune of the Undead. That's a build. Dagger. So it's like a hybrid build, right? It's Condi and power. It's like power, precision, Condi damage, and vitality. With Dagger. The full hybrid build. With arcane and fire. Building up a lot of might with Pyromancer's Puissance here. Plenty of condition comes with smothering auras. Of course, stability on aura as well, making this quite a nifty build. Very hard to shut it down, actually, because of all the stability application. And some extra sustain and boon application with the arcane trait line here as well. Yeah, exactly. Fresh amulet. The undead rune is pretty interesting too. I just want to have a bit of toughness, right? A bit of toughness and Condi damage, I guess. As you can see here, that gives you a lot of baseline toughness. And of course, that will then get modified by the extra stats you get on Catalyst, thanks to Elemental Empowerment. And honestly, this is a pretty interesting map. I think in general, the Ancient Contenders, they like these more rotational maps. They like maps like this, so I think they're probably pretty happy to be playing here. But this is a very powerful roster and a very strong composition. In fact, it's going to be Bellstar here on Vindicator. And it's just like the full-on comp, right? This is the composition that we see from Team Copium and from the French Frauds, essentially. Going with the Vindicator, Harbinger, Willbender, Tempest, and of course, Spectre to round the entire thing out. And already, the Ancient Contenders really bringing the fight to their opponents is going absolutely insane. Was that a rebound that I see? It was. Rebound instead of the Tornado, which is an interesting choice, actually. Of course, can certainly save your teammates and a little bit of extra healing there as well. And in fact, it does appear to pay off as the blue team win their team fight quite convincingly, able to eliminate the enemy Tempest. Red team doing a great job of disengaging. This is like one thing. When you're watching these games like this, guys, always look at how the teams try and leave fights, right? Like, oh, nice. Good attempt at a juke there by Spock, but it's not quite going to work, unfortunately. Like, one thing that really causes problems is that when you lose a fight, people don't just lose a fight. They're like, you know what? I'm going down with the ship, right? Like, this team fight, if someone's dead, that means all of us should die, okay? It's time for all of us to commit and feed into the enemy team. What you'll see from teams that are more experienced and play at a high level is that that doesn't happen, right? They'll immediately disengage and try to lose as, the lowest amount of players they possibly can. Didn't quite work out perfectly with Spocker, of course, but the broad idea was there. Instead of losing like 5 players, they only lost 2, which is obviously quite a bit better. However, blue team taking a very commanding lead here, actually, in this matchup so far, with a triple cap already, and all nodes are contested, so it's going to be very difficult to actually wrestle this away. Having said that, the Spectre does get shoved away there by Acid. Only a double cap, at least for now, but I think the Ancient Contenders, they've got to find some way to get back into this here as well. They need to find a fight, and actually they do get that right now by eliminating the Willbender and maybe the Tempest as well, though it looks like Heist is able to disengage fairly well. He has his Earth Shield available there. That big invuln still good to go there to help him kind of get his cooldowns back and hold on for a little bit longer there. There's the big pull, very, very nice, and there is the Earth Overload, so he should be pretty much good to go here. Harbinger is around, which is pretty scary, but that Magnetic Aura will keep him safe, at least for the time being there. Has a bit of barrier there from that second skill there too. And there's the invuln usage. So blue team holding on quite nicely. Like, red weren't able to really capitalize on getting that kill that much. Like, getting one kill, they weren't able to snowball it as much. And it's because it's a bigger map, right? So it's a little bit difficult to do that. just in general, but I think some just good play from blue here as well. Like, some good kiting, some good disengage. They've got to be a little bit careful, though. The Harbinger and the Tempest are taking a lot of damage. Oh, that Elite Elixir was very juicy, actually. That's super scary right now, actually, for Acid. It's not going to be a kill, I think, because there is a renewed focus, and also a third player now coming in now from the red team. So red team should be able to not end up dying horribly in this situation, and will force the blue team away. But actually, during all of that, we do see another kill on Ambra. Yeah, just gets caught out a little bit there and isolated. And this is a really bad time to die too, is if a top buff was secured, doubling the point gain, that can be catastrophic when you actually have a double cap against you. And of course, when it's this early in the game, you do not want things getting out of control when there's only, you know, kind of getting those objectives reset. And yeah, that is going to happen actually. Acid will fall down there, and there's no one left to contest this top buff either. This is really, really bad for the red team. That's going to be so many points actually. Spocker's going to fall into the downstate too actually, and all of these nodes are going to be held onto simultaneously. This is a very unfortunate situation right now for our red team. You can see, look at how fast those points are going up now for blue. I fear this is kind of approaching the end here. This is not looking good. This is very bad for red. They're kind of dead, to be honest, guys. You know, I don't want to overhype this. You know, you don't want to overhype the content sometimes. But yeah, unfortunate stuff. But oh well. I think let's go ahead and take a look at another game. Is there another close game? What about red team again? I also want to maybe have a look at red team. I think that's what we all want to see. Where are they? This team, Fell Nightshade. That is the true good game in this tournament. Let's have a look at Team Copium versus Off-Stream, maybe. Let's see here. Ooh, yeah, it's not looking super hot either here. Looks like they actually did have a bit of something going on in the early game. Yeah, even able to actually secure stillness for themselves here, but not quite going to be enough here as they just lose a pretty catastrophic fight there. And it's the double Harbinger composition that's coming up there as well. I think they'll probably be using, yeah, looks like they're going to be using their Spectre to 1v1 a lot of the time, actually, as opposed to having the Vindicator coming through here from Sakiki a fair bit. But still, Ultra Cope, okay, or rather Team Copium, just chugging along, playing it safe. They've got a very clear game plan, getting these kills, holding on to these nodes, and winning the game. Yeah, they're extremely favored at this point, I believe. Nearly at that kind of 250, 300 point mark where their opponents are below 100. Not by much, but they are still indeed below 100. And of course, things could still turn around. There was a really big snowball, but it's going to be difficult to do here, really. You know, like there's very, very hard. Like the blue team is surviving well. Willbender does go down to here, but actually gets revived up there immediately by the support guardian on the blue team, getting that job done. And here we go. See how this is going to go here. Looks like red will actually maybe be able to force their opponents away. And red team, they're actually taking a good fight here. They've pressured their opponents quite effectively, but the problem is it's a bit of a weird situation over here. Like this Vindicator 1v1ing into the Harbinger over there. Good decap here, so the map is going to go neutral. But now red team, they've got to win this fight. They've got to find a way to win this. And they're actually outnumbered right now too, of course, because the Thief is decapping. So they've got to hold on, but yeah, they aren't able to do so. Mio goes in the downside there. The Tempest could not support enough. There is actually a revival. Oh, interesting build actually here. Going with Feel the Burn for the double aura spam there as well. Of course, this will lead to a lot of protection uptime with elemental shielding and loads of extra healing with elemental bastion as well. So pretty cool stuff there from the red team. Interesting build here, but sadly, it is not enough. They do get sides actually from this. We actually have the Harbinger #1 over here, grabbing this node, which is pretty nice there. And, you know, a top buff would be really huge if there was some way to get that. But yeah, this Tempest really locked here. Not where he wants to be into that Spectre. Will now be replaced by the Harbinger as the Tempest drops down. But it's so hard to control the map when there are 5 nodes up, essentially. You have to contest all these objectives. A secondary buff at the bottom of the map here. It's just... oh, it's a little bit too much, really, guys. It's not ideal, and as a result of that, blue team just getting further and further ahead in this game as they are able to just hold on. They've got that solid 2 cap. They're getting more nodes. They're getting more points. And yeah, that is that's the end of that, I'm afraid, really. Is there anything else? Is there an exciting game? What? Dude, are you kidding me? Look. Look at this team. Again. They find themselves in a close, intense matchup. Holy shit, and they just destroyed the enemy team. That is actually a full 5-man wipe. Red team redemption arc. Let's fucking go, dude. Okay, Fell, Night Shell, hard carrying on support guardian, entire blue team destroyed. Oh, and the Virtuoso gets the top of. Oh, and he gets it not quite in time. Oh boy, that hurts. That is a 6 cap for the red team right now. They might lose it relatively quickly, actually, as this Virtuoso can't really get there in time to hold on to this particular load. But wow, they already got a lot of value out of this, and they're going to keep getting more value as well. Virtuoso Giga Chad Blade Songs for a massive burst, but it's not going to be quite enough. But look, they will not throw this game, guys. They will destroy this game. The Harbinger over here, doing a great job in this 1v1, actually. The Willbender of the blue team having a lot of difficulty there. And a big vital draw. That might be enough. It is. Excellent 1v1, and another great kill here too. Blue team just feeding left and right, while the red team just goes absolutely berserk. They're attempting this 2v3, which is maybe a little bit unwise, and the Soul Beast does die. Is it maybe holdable until the red team players arrive? I don't think so. No, that's looking pretty unlikely, so that is a slightly over-aggressive, crazy game there. But a Harbinger has arrived. They might actually continue to push this 2v3. And with that mower, maybe they can make something work. That's going to be very difficult. They're really going to go for it, though. There's the vital draw into the second skill there as well, like the big piercing bullets there. Is it enough? Are they actually going to make this work? They're really going for it. The Virtuoso and the Harbinger playing really well here. Is it enough? Well, Elite Elixir comes through, and that is very, very painful indeed. Great resustain there from the blue team. But no, I think the 2v3 is not going to work. They've been 2v3 for a long time. Might have to take that port back. Yeah, does have to, but can't hold on. Gets in Shroud. Vital draw. Does land it. The kiting from Clash for Cash. What a gamer. The Soul Beast comes back. Oh no, the one burn stack actually gets the kill. I think this is Resible though, actually. Oh no. The red team just ignores him. Unlucky. However, it was merely a distraction for the Soul Beast and the Virtuoso to actually get a kill. But I think there might be a revive signet here from M. Uller. Oh my god. The stomp actually came through. That was like 97%. Red team just on the ball right now, getting that stomp and kind of securing their victory here with a bizarre outnumbered fight here on the altar for an incredibly long amount of time. But red team, they have their redemption arc. They're not going to get memed in this game. They will accomplish their victory. This is the true storyline of the monthly AT right here. Never mind the other stuff. This is the real deal. This is the real deal gamers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But anyway, guys. Let's go and have a look at some other games. Red team, there's no way they can lose this game. It's actually impossible for them to lose this game. Yeah, Team Copium result to win there. No surprises. But yeah, oh man, pretty one-sided games around, actually, isn't it? How about the Hardstuck games? Let's have a look. Holy shit. The Hardstuck team, they have met their match. Demolition Trouble does get sinted up there. But, blue team here with a very sizable advantage in this particular matchup. Bottom buff could be really big for them, but the problem is I don't think it's really going to happen. I mean, there's a Blade Sworn here, and that's going to be super sustaining. Very hard to actually get around here. Like, very, very tanky. Very hard to get through. And actually, a great kind of a support option too, actually, because this is the kind of the interesting thing about Blade Sworn. It has a lot of support baked into it, right? You have Shake It Off, so you cleanse a lot. You have the Shout Heal trait on this build, so you heal a good chunk as well, and you reload all of that constantly, because you run so many shouts, right? You have, look at that, 3 shouts. Wow. And that just means you have so much output on this build. Truly crazy. Is the DH team still in the competition? Let's see. Should we try and find them? See if we can find the DH team. And they might not be, I think the games might be over, unfortunately. So they may not be around anymore, guys. Because I think this is actually the last round at this stage. Oh, yeah, I think this might be one of the last games. Blue team, though, yeah, they get themselves a triple cow. I don't really see much of a way out right now for the red team, unfortunately. I don't see that happening. 400 points, another kill secured. There's no revival, not a lot of res potential here. The cleave should be more than good enough to get the job done. Oh, actually, well, the res is pretty nice, but yeah, it was a little bit too much. They nearly had it, but yeah, Demolish is going to fall here. Another 2 kills on the block. It's going to end up being a bottom buff situation too, with no real world for the red team to contest it. Maybe the Spectre could make it in time, but it's just a little bit tied up with middle over here. Either way, yeah, knows the bottom buff is coming. We'll simply wait and then go for a recap here, I guess. But I think it's a little bit too late for that. This game is not looking good at all, I'm afraid. Blue team have achieved their victory. Yep, there it is. And of course, there will be players in position to actually neutralize some of these nodes. Nice. Visual bug, by the way. You know, I actually know why that happens, but look. So, what's super interesting about this is that they actually fixed this bug in Skyhammer, but Temple is an old map. Basically, when you get Tranquility, what it actually does is it sets the color of the node, but it actually doesn't capture it as such. It directly sets it, and as a result of that, it actually has really weird visual graphical bugs here. They actually fix this with new Skyhammer. Skyhammer actually correctly decaptures a node instead of directly setting the color. But well, there's a slightly irrelevant fact about how PvP works. But that is the end of that, and probably the end of a lot of these rounds. I think that actually is that the last round. Is there one more Swiss round, or it might just be elimination now? Actually, yep. Yep. There we go. It's elimination. Let's see what the matchups are going to be. So, it is going to be Team Copium. And by the way, the bracket here is real. So, Team Copium versus Drunken Marinas. That almost certainly goes to Team Copium. And they'll face Off Dream versus Fly High. So, I think that's going to be the game to watch. This is probably the biggest game here. In fact, it is the biggest game, is Off Dream versus Fly. French Frauds versus Avec Attempts. That's almost certainly going to go in favor of Frenchies. And then A, B, C, D, E, F, and Barsloop. I actually have no idea. I don't know who either of those teams are. So we are probably looking at semifinals of Copium versus either Off-Dream or Fly. Could be very intense there, actually. And then it will be French Frauds in the finals, almost certainly, against the winner of Team Copium into the winner of Off-Dream or Fly High. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, guys. Oh, yes. You know what's weird, actually, Floody? Is that bug shouldn't exist. Because, in my overlay, that doesn't happen. Okay? Motor overlay is better than in-game Guild Wars 2 overlay. Boom. Yeah. I went there, guys. Yeah. There's actually no reason for that decap bug to exist. It's the weirdest bug ever. Like it honestly makes no sense why it even exists. Alrighty then. Here we go. So on the red team, it is going to be Ultra Fishers. Oh, I like that, actually. It's Maya and Xeon, Capablanca, Gauntlet, and Fly on the Tempest again, not the support guy. And they're going up against a powerful roster of gamers. Off Dream, led by one of the most powerful players in the entire game, Bazil. Bazil parenthesis. The gamer, the juicer, the legend. A player who most PvP players fear. Okay? Anyone who plays ranked fears Bazil. And yeah, the Edgy does play short bow. He likes to play a very, very high mobility setup here with Shadow Portal and the short bow. He's fast as fuck, going around the map all over the place. Does get repelled, though, and goes into the team fight instead. So far, though, actually, they're doing a great job just winning the team fight. Precasted res there from Sakaya. Ooh, and that is going to get punished, too, actually, as, of course... Ooh, maybe that lands? No, Tornado is going to deny that. Great start here for Ultra Fishers. Maya's got some Shroud left over here, too. Fly looking to get some big heal. There it is. Okay, Maya will be re-healed up here. Will busted in a little bit of trouble here, too. Gets a good port away, but is getting chased down by Capablanca, of course, on another Willbender. And a very good start so far for our red team. Watch out for the bell. Bell is up in 1:30, and that's going to be one of the really pivotal moments here. If any player is dead when that bell comes up, obviously it's a massive advantage to the team that doesn't have any players there because they're able to very quickly secure that objective. And of course, it's a snowballing mechanic, right? The first bell is 25 points, then it's 50, then it's 75, but only for the players that capture, right? So if you, the first bell you capture, you get 25, second, then 50, then 75. But, you have to actually get it every time. It's not like the value of the bell increases every spawn. You actually have to snowball it yourself. So it's a big mechanic that you really want to get, kind of get your foot in the door early on. Otherwise, you can fall very, very, very far behind indeed. Okay. Look at the short buffet. He's going to offer his one back to mid and no that. Dude, fucking Floody, man. Floody is so toxic. Okay. He's toxic player. That's real. Fly, best Tempest in the game. Fly, only Tempest in the game. Although that's not true. A lot of people are playing Tempest right now. Okay. Look, we've got to see full Ultra, man. Okay. You've got to get back into this. But anyway. Red team actually now stumbling a bit as Xeon does get taken out over here. Team fight erupts over here by the Bazaar. Let's see what's about to happen over here. Maya kind of maybe looking to disengage. It's like Red are not wanting to take this fight. They're very wary that if they commit now, they could potentially throw this first bell away. So they're just playing safe, slowly backing off, poking their opponents down, contesting that node. And the Harbinger from Mio, he's having a good time. He's going berserk. He's enjoying himself. Gets that neutralization. Red team now moving over towards this bell. It is now up. And this is where we're going to see a very major point of contention. This will be a bit of a fight to the death here. I like that leap. He leaps over here and then immediately clips into the terrain because of Vital Draw. It's good content here. Oh, Red makes some really good progress. It's actually a bit scary for Blue. They have to stand on the node now, which is obviously not ideal because it means it's very easy to pressure you if you're forced to stand on the node. Because Red makes some really big progress and Gornet positioning himself quite intelligent there to make sure that he's contesting that, slowly capping it. Mio gets involved though and does actually set that progress back quite nicely. So very well played there by him. And now here comes the team fight. What's the focus going to be? Looks like it's going to be the Harbinger on the blue team right now for Gornet. Goes for Mio. Are they going to be able to find him? He's going to have to port back, I think. Can't say that does port back, but right into the Harbinger. Very nice prediction there by the Red Necromancer. Is that a revival? Ooh, I think it's very hard for Sakai to get it. He does have the Signet. Tries to go for it. Is it going to land? It actually does. That was very nice there. That was a very nice combo there. He ports in, gets the knockback, applies stability to himself, and then goes for the Signet as well. And it results in Cabang. That was a very fucking big play there by Sakaya, actually. That was a literal 1v9 move by Sakaya, who was also known as SA leader, of course. Wow. Huge turnaround. And in fact, Offstream are now going to get themselves that bell picked up there too. Well, not quite. There was Xeon able to interfere quite nicely. And keep this at least for a while. Looks like the support will be allowed to rotate away as the blue Harbinger is now in play. Gelsine going to continue this 1v1 into Xeon. Maya lurking around, going for a kill, but of course Sakaya is still nearby, so should be able to stabilize this. Ooh, Willbender from Casablanca though. That's pretty scary. It's a lot of damage now. That might be a little bit too much for the support Guardian to handle. However, having said that, we now see a response here. From both teams, actually. They're just going to go ahead and say, you know what? We're just going to fight over the bell again. But this is very good for the blue team. As blue team are actually going to get themselves a triple cap as Mio actually drives away Gornet from this node here. And Gornet going to try and decap instead of 1v1ing there. Of course, a lot easier to do that, right? And a lot quicker to do that than fighting over a 1v1. Manages to do that. Now he's going to go for the bell. But again, map state very favorable right now towards the blue team. However, Sakai does get nuked from orbit and he is dead there. Tempest still standing firm here quite nicely and blue team will be forced to disengage. Could this be the first bell for the Ultra Fishers? It may well be. They've been fighting over it for a long time. They'd really like to get it about now because another one is going to spawn in 30 seconds. So being able to double up on that will be very, very nice for them. Mio obviously going to try and deny that as best as he can, but I'm not sure he's got a choice. Ooh, this is pretty nice for Red because now they do actually have the potential to double up and they get Mio. Oh, that's really big actually because now they can come back in 15 seconds and get another bell. Fly is still lurking around. Xeon not about to do the same here. Wants to go for a decut first. Yeah, Fly going to go for the bell here. He knows it's about to spawn again. Oh, never mind actually. No. Oh no! Oh, that is so bad for blue. For Red actually. Oh, Mio gets rezzed. That's catastrophic. They had a really nice bleed on him. But this other Harbinger kind of like snuck around and somehow managed to get that revival. That's really disastrous, actually, for the red team. They would have loved to get a very quick, speedy double bell. Having said that, though, they are now going to fight for this 50-point bell while they themselves have a double cap, kind of inverting the situation of the previous bell. So they're probably not super unhappy. They're definitely, but imagine if they only had one Harbinger. Man, Red's got to be kicking themselves about that. If they actually, yeah, this fight will be unwinnable for Blue if Mio had actually been fully killed. And in fact, Red having trouble. Oh my god, Fly gets giga bursted there by so many condis. Does have his evasion left over and gets some nice support there from his team, but his heal gets interrupted actually. Water Overload will be activated shortly. There it is. That's nice. Ooh, dodges the stun there too from the Harbinger, but has to kind of disengage, and that leaves his team without support. And yeah, Maya goes down, pays the price for the amount of damage that goes on there. Then no revival here too. Wow, man, that res actually kind of carried this. Holy shit, that res is absolutely vast. Imagine if Mio had been killed there. All of a sudden, Red Team wins that fight, doesn't lose Maya, and gets the second bell. Instead, they lose the bell, and they lose Maya at the same time. And look, that's why you've got to be... You can get punished for a mistake like that so hard, and we see the exact harsh consequences of that happening right now. Oh, man, that's very tough right now, actually. For our Red Team. They're going to try and just keep holding on, and they're doing a really good job of it, to be fair. Actually, they're trying to turn it around onto their opponent. Spectre's now moving into the fight as well, but Blue gets such a lead off this. They really do. Cabablanca goes down. There is a revival available. Is going to port away, and it will land there. That's very good. Sakai now gets cleaved out there as well. Here's the damage. It should easily be enough. Will Busted might get caught in the crossfire. So low there as well. A little bit of decent going on there. Harbingers from Blue also low. There's Will Busted. Okay, this is the moment Red Team needed. This is where they can come back in. Cabablanca gets that kill. They've got to get this spell, though. They need to get out on the map after securing this objective. Cabablanca moving in. Wants to go for big damage. Leaps on there. Mio in trouble in a 1v4 situation. That is not where you want to be. But map control still in favor of Blue. There's the kill. I think this Harbinger is thinking about contesting. Might want to do it. Might just want to give it up. I actually think you just give it up, right? 50 points is not a big deal. If you just maintain map control, you still win if you're the Blue team. And of course, they don't really want to feed. Although Sakai is back now. So he is able to actually interfere there and deny this bell. At least for the time being. Bazil very low, actually. Does go down there. Xeon gets that kill. And Maya will be able to rotate over to the bell again. Gornet coming in there with a second Harbinger. It's going to be a lot of DPS when the secondary one here from Xeon also moves over after grabbing that node. Pretty close game, actually. I know that the points are still pretty favored towards Blue, but honestly, Red don't need much to win. It looks like they are going to get this bell. Don't mind the fact that it's bugged, okay? You know, it will actually cap very soon. Will Busted ports in right in the nick of time, actually, but can't really hold on for that much longer. They're really going to go for it here. And now they are just going to go for a full team. This is pretty risky, to be honest, for Blue. And yeah, they get punished. It's going to have to burn the Signet. Alicia does get that revive, which is a nice reaction there by Sakai, but Will Busted might end up dying again. In fact, is going to end up dying again. Now, the question is that can Red Team get enough map control to get back into this? Oh, and they missed the bonus bell too, actually. That's unfortunate, yeah. Would have been a third bell at 6 minutes, but that actually does not end up spawning. Well, it kind of respawned, essentially. And as a result of that, they don't get the 75 point. They have to wait until 3 minutes for that, and the game probably ends before then, I think. And yeah, Blue just having that map control still. Even one node is so painful right now for the Red Team. They really need to get everything under their control, otherwise they're going to have such a difficult time winning this game. Bazil here, ex-slave here, does get knocked away by the tornado, and this node does get shut down. It does get neutralized, so Red Team technically winning right now. Gornet might even have to stay here, though. Oh, no, I don't think so, actually, because Sakai probably doesn't want to rotate. It wants to go to mid instead, so that will be a free node available for the Red Team for the time being, and actually it should be a relatively stable fight. We have a 2v2 mirror over here, Spectre and Harbinger, so it really does come down to basically this mid fight, actually, and Will Busted actually in a lot of trouble. Sakai, of course, takes a while to revive. Oh, but never mind, actually the 2v2 goes in favor of Red as well. Actually, really nice there by Maya and Xeon. And wow, that's a big win too, actually. That's a huge win. This could be an absolutely insane comeback here from the Red Team. Fly trying to get this capture here on middle there. Blue Harbinger maybe going for the contest, but actually Will Buster goes down there, and alongside the Blue Spectre and Mio also did this. So Xeon will grab that node very nicely there. Ooh, can Spectre actually deny this? Decap from Sakai, that will be really juicy. Oh, Maya goes for it. Doesn't get knocked back either. That's really nice. Yeah, Maya holds on. That is a really nice rotation there from the Red Spectre, and there's no real hope of any kind of decaps elsewhere. I think Red Team have actually managed to make this work. Ultra Scuff carried by Fishers 2v2. Yeah, that was a big 2v2 there from the Fishers. Xeon and Maya. That Fisher synergy really putting in work there. Yeah, Maya will eventually get shoved away. It doesn't really matter, though, because, again, now they've got this such a big map advantage right now, such a big tempo lead in this game that I don't really see its relevance. As you can see here, 4-2-5, 4-2-3. Yeah, Blue, for pretty much the first time in this game, you know, in a major way, they are finally actually behind, and they are running out of time. Bell comes up in 30, and that's kind of bad for Blue, because, again, if Red get the Bell, they instantly win, but I'm not sure it's even going to come to that. Not sure if either team is really going to be super bothered about the Bell, because it's all about the nodes right now. In fact, Red don't care. They can just AFK pretty much. They can just say, you know what? We're just going to take some really, really slow 1v1s and 2v2s. And actually, that's going to be GG called. Wow. Blue, I mean, I'm not sure if I entirely agree with that. Surely you at least try and meme your opponent, right? And just kind of go for it. But yeah, Blue have essentially called it. They aren't playing anymore. I mean, hey, that's fair enough, obviously. If, you know, if they don't want a game, they don't want a game. But yeah, that's going to be the end of that. And I kind of presume that the other matchups were fairly straightforward. Yeah, it's going to be, yeah, French Frauds into ABCDEF. And you also have the Team Copium game was obviously almost certainly in their favor. But yeah, wow. Big comeback there here from the red team. And they keep it alive there. 5-6 points. There it is. Huge. And they're going to go on to face Team Copium. So Team Copium versus Fly High, and then French Frauds versus ABCDEFU. So, well, from what we saw in Swiss, it's a bit of a tough matchup here for Ultra Fishers. They had some difficulty dealing with Team Copium, but, you know, they've had some time to warm up, and they are playing with a new roster, but, well, not a roster, right, but playing with different players, so they've got some synergy now, right, you know, maybe they bothered to join voice with each other, right, okay, and so on, so there's definitely some hope there, I think, you know, if you look at the players here, Maya, very good player, Tom Al, aka Xeon, excellent player, Carablanca, Gornet, and Fly, kind of legendary level, you know, legendary players from EU, here in this team, so they definitely have potential to do really well. But you know, Team Copium is very powerful, right? They're very, very powerful juicers. Indeed, they are. Indeed, they are. So I think it is quite likely to see them have a bit of difficulty. I think this game over here should be very straightforward for the French. And here we go. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a tough matchup here. The Frenchies, Zeolith, Azaz, Esprit, aka the Big Worm, on his old account here, Arzraz, the Goat Fraud, and Riken. Certainly the team that looks most likely to be able to challenge Team Copium. Welcome, Ownage by Norris, by the way. How you guys doing? By the way, a bunch of people subscribed. And I like that. I like that. Super Silmari, Retro 778. Okay. Let's see who else did. Who else subscribed? Okay. Hebendonk. Thanks for the prime as well. I appreciate that a lot, guys. Thank you very much indeed. If you enjoy the stream, if you love the stream, if you are obsessed with the stream, follow and subscribe now. Go. Do it. Go, 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 go. Hand over all your money. Which team is going to be a winner? In this situation, I would say the blue team is significantly favored. Red team are not bad, actually. Like, I know something. I know this guy, right? This guy, he actually streams, and he plays, like, Soul Beast a lot of the time, actually. So I am familiar with some of these players. They're not, like, nobodies. They're absolutely, like, you know, good level players. But I think just the experience level and just overall expertise is going to be very favorable for the blue team right now. Yo, Sub-Zero there with the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Hey, Marcel, how you doing, man? Okay, yeah. A Subi sub. Subi cutie smug. Subby cutie. So I did indeed Sub-Zero. Good call there with the gifted subs. So, you know, excellent choice. Azaz just kind of slowly winning this 1v1 into his opponent. Will eventually get this decap here, I believe. Just playing it slow, playing it safe. Having a good time, gaming hard, juicing up, okay? Also, guys, can we ban the weeb emotes, okay? Like, this is ridiculous. All weebs need to be removed. Remove all weebs. Yeah, Azaz gets this 1v1, and Red team actually have a slight node advantage right now, but it's not going to last for long as a kill comes through over here, and the team fight will slowly collapse towards middle. And yeah, we actually have another kill here on the Willbender here from the Zealith. Gets the chase down, gets that kill. Tornado comes in, and yeah, I think this will basically be the situation where the blue team is going to start to take control of this game, right, and probably won't let go of it. Azaz will just resume this 1v1, which he already did really well in. Meanwhile, the team fight is going very nicely for blue over here on middle. Support Guardian won't be able to hold on for much longer, and to be frank, the secondary Willbender doesn't really have much that can be done in this situation. Harbinger still bleeding out over here as well for the red team. Would have been quite an amusing self-revive. Could have maybe got away with it, but it's always very risky to do that kind of stuff. Azaz does get outnumbered, so he's going to get driven away right now, but yeah. Blue just kind of loving life right now. There's the double cap. They're bleeding out the support guard. Harbinger just about to come back now. Guardian over here from Willbender will be matched immediately by the Goatful. But actually, the Willbender does land a lot of damage right now onto Kelser, as it turns out. So I've got to watch out for that one, guys. Watch out for that one. Goodness me. Yeah, looks like the Goat Fraud will actually be driven away for the time being as Fentanyl Plug, the Red Harbinger, has arrived. So blue team actually not hard dominating here, actually. Not in the sense of map control. Ooh, falling damage death. Honestly, probably good there. I think that would have been really hard to revive. There was a Signet, so maybe it could have been Signeted. So the falling damage may have been slightly inconvenient there, but still, yeah, blue is just, that's just kind of slow and steadily winning though, right? Slow and steady wins the race. They won't lose at this pace. This streamer has an extremely symmetrical face and beard. Girl will probably like him. Damn right. Guys, if you ever wonder why I'm a streamer, now you know. Because I get comments like this. Boom. There it is. Yeah, and not just girls too, okay? Like, I'm equal opportunity, right? Big fan. Oh, man. The timeout I just received a few minutes ago has truthfully humbled me. Starting now, I will no longer copy and paste messages. I will do my best to keep chat clean for more exciting games. If they're top guys, I'm sure they'll adapt. Who here in the chat is adapting right now, guys? I bet you're adapting. I feel like the chat are definitely adapting. I just talked to my dad, John ArenaNet, about the balance, which he said, get the hell out of my office and try and do cocaine. I brought from all the unicorn horn money. I hope that clears things up. Thanks, Brazil. Thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah. Oh, man. What a meme. What a meme. But anyway, honestly, I feel like I was maybe a little harsh to Red. They're honestly putting up one hell of a fight here. It's gone from what I was expecting to be a relatively quick, painless demise to a slow and agonizing death by 1,000 cuts for the red team. They aren't winning, but they have managed to delay losing, which I think is good. They're practicing, they're doing their best to really hold the blue team's feet to the fire here, but I don't think it's really going to be quite enough to truly actually shift the game in their favor. It's going to be a nice kill on Riken, actually, if they're able to land that, but I don't think it's really going to happen in this situation. Very unlikely. Yeah, Riken ports away and is able to disengage quite nicely, and will now be supported by the Tempest from the blue team as well. Ursh will drop down and then shared over. Invulnerability putting in that work. Oh my god. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, even turning it around now, actually, and putting some serious DPS onto one of the Willbenders of the red team. Ooh, does get the heal barely in time. Has renewed focus in 5 seconds, but doesn't have enough time to get that. Ooh, and the other Willbender gets nuked as well simultaneously. Azaz looking for a kill here, tries to get that. Good evasion, good mobility usage here from our red Willbender. And actually the support guardian has arrived, so I think this will actually be a survival, but again, right, oh, 15 torment. That was a juicy transfer right there, I believe, and a lot of damage coming through onto the Goat Fraud, but a little bit more onto the Fentanyl Plug. And yeah, with Azaz here and, of course, the Harbinger, I think that's going to be a little bit too much damage to recover from. Ooh, good revival, actually, there from the support gun. It has renewed focus and some cooldowns left over, too, so this fight will be sustained. Where's the Tempest? Here it is, and yeah, great glyph there as well. Renewal of water, full heal, too. Very, very tasty. Complete resustain on that Harbinger. However, damage is very high, and Red actually has a lot of DPS, right? You can see here, they actually have double Harbinger, double Willbender. That's a lot of damage. That is some serious DPS right there. But blue team doing a good job of weathering the storm and securing these kills. Willbender goes down there. Support Guardian about to follow suit here as well. And yeah, it's kind of going from bad to worse here. Going from bad to worse. 350. It's not really much of a game here. Of course, the other matchup is going on. I think let's go and take a look at this one, actually. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, and actually, we've got ourselves a bit of a matchup here. Of course, the Ultra Fishers did have some difficulty, actually, in Swiss into Team Copium, but they've clearly upped their game. They're ready to go. And actually, they're only 70 points behind against them. Ooh, Xeon in trouble, though. Ooh, he gets absolutely... He gets caught completely. Can't break out from that. And the stomp from the Guardian is going to guarantee that, yeah, no revival. Actually, was a revival available, but he just was not able to connect it, unfortunately, onto Xeon. That is a bit of a tough loss there. You do not want to be losing that fight when you're starting to fall behind a little bit in the game. Meanwhile, we have Fly just trying to sustain it. Cabablanca and Gauntlet, they need to hold on, of course, until the respawn comes through. And the respawn has now arrived. Xeon back in the mix, ready to go. Looks like he might be pushing into the Revenant here, actually. Nope. In fact, will go to help out the team fight towards that middle load, leaving the Spectre to 1v1 into the Vindicator. I wonder if Maya is going to get value here. I think it's going to be very difficult to actually neutralize it. Yeah, and Maya now realizes that. It's like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out of here. And will he be able to use that superior mobility to potentially get a slight advantage in this fight? When they go for the Guardian, and they get it! Good focus fire here, actually. From Ultra Fishers. They find it. Nado will completely deny any revival. And now let's see, what does Red Team do from here? This is the key thing. How are they going to get value out of this? Are they going to get another kill? They want the Estrogen Addict here. They're not going to get her, though, I don't think. No, some good disengaging here from the Blue Harbinger. And yeah, Guardian is now back too. So Red Team, they did get a decap for it. And they're maybe going to get this full cap here. Fly in position. And as long as Carablanca and Maya can hold, I think we're okay. But, oh yeah, Maya just gets completely ripped to shreds by that, by the Willbender. Not the Untamed. What the hell is that? Okay, that's not an elite spec, guys. Untamed, unplayed. Ooh. Oh, actually, hang on. We do actually maybe finally see some big pressure coming through onto the Blue Harbinger here. Maybe not quite enough, though. And in fact, Xeon might be the one to go down. So it's very, very close. Xeon does die. Can Gauntlet revive this? There is a CC on Vital Draw, but not quite in time, actually. Does now land, but ooh, that's a very, very costly aggression there from the Blue Harbinger. Ski tries to support, but it's not going to be enough. There's no support Guardian available right now either. For Blue, they've got themselves a really big lead. Red need more than this. They've got to get like a pretty decisive, juicy win, and they aren't quite getting it. They're getting these little wins here and there, right? But that's not enough. They need a big, decisive 2 kills, right? They've got kill the support, kill the Spectre, right? Kill the Willbender. They've got to get rid of this Willbender, to be honest, because that's where the damage is coming from. And obviously, Andreas, he's a bit of a monster right now, actually. In PvP, he's delivering so much value. They've got to get more than this, because otherwise they're going to kind of creep back in, but they've got a good amount of distance to really catch back up here. Great healing now coming through from Fly. Staying a bit now. What's the target? Looks like they're going to go here for the support Guardian on the blue team. Here we go. Can they find it? There's the invuln, so there's no renewed focus after that. Blue actually going to play it safe and disengage. Okay, yeah, they're not going to commit to it. They don't want to throw the game. They know they're still in a good spot. Meanwhile, yeah, Xeon, yeah, Sakiki is very good in this 1v1, actually. Like, seems to always do extremely well into Harbinger's 1v1. And also, we see this +1 coming in through as well from Ione, and nearly gets that kill. I believe Fly should be able to just about stabilize the Harbinger, is able to do so. Water Overload will be a really nice heal. There it is, big heal coming through. But again, Blue just have the map. Gauntlet securing the keep is really nice. But, we're kind of at this stage in the game where we need to see a triple cap for Red, really, or at least a double and a neutralization. Otherwise, it's just not going to be good enough. And I'm not sure if that's going to happen here. Oh, it's a really tough spot for Red. They're really battling here. Maybe they could find Andreas here. Ultra Cope. But yeah, Cabablanca's pretty pressured. He's not feeling super confident to go in right now, I'd imagine. Looks for it. Tries to land some damage. Yeah, support's good, actually, from Blue Team, right? The Blue Team doing a good job of just peeling out their team, helping each other out very effectively here. So, yeah, it's a bit of a meme. It's a bit of a meme here. Blue. And this is basically Red's last time. They've got to win now. Let's see if they can make it happen. This is it. Ultra Fish, they've got to win this 44, and they've got to get more than 1 kill. I actually like this attempt from Gornet to force the 1v1 to the henge. I think that's actually really good, but oh yeah. Unfortunately, it's all going to be for nothing. Calablanca is going to go into the downstairs, I'm afraid. And that is probably going to be the GG, I'm afraid. This is the GG, I'm afraid. 451 to 276. Might get to 300 points for red, but that's as far as it is going to go, I'm afraid, for the Ultrafishers. Cool to see the teams merge together, play some different classes. Of course, Fly usually on his Thief rather than support, although he actually does play support too, actually. He played a lot of Guardian as well. And of course, a merging of teams. Always fun to see some, new teams popping up, some different players playing with each other. Fun stuff indeed. But Team Copium, they've also got a new player on their roster. 2 new players, in fact, with Ione and, of course, Feifei here as well. Putting in that work, bringing the energy, delivering that content. But, unfortunately, it will not be enough. And Team Copium go to the finals to face the French Frauds. GG, well played there. Called by Xeon. Very well, man. Love to see that. And the finals will be a rematch. The French Frauds versus Team Copium. This is going to be a big one, because it was actually pretty close in Swiss, actually. Very close. In fact, the closest game Copium's had in Swiss. But they were able to just barely run away with it, particularly towards the end game. Let's see, guys. What do you guys think? Is it going to be the French Frauds, or will it be Team Copium securing victory? You guys tell me. What's it going to be? Where's the content going big, guys? Okay, let's make it happen. All right. It's time for the grand finals. Here we go. Let's do this. Ooh, Skyhammer. Well, the Worms do like Skyhammer, guys. It's one of their favorite maps. This is basically a French-themed map, guys, okay? French-themed map. And I love to see it. Here on the red team, in the grand finals of the monthly AT, it is going to be the French Frauds. We have Riken with some unintelligible letters on Spectre. Kelsier on Harbinger. We have Esprit on his alt account. On Raz on the Tempest. Azaz on Vindicator. And Zealith. Here he is on the Willbender. On the blue team, we have the Wrath of the Lich King waiting room. Waiting to play some of those Death Knights. Support Guardian. Feifei, the Estrogen Addict on Harbinger. Ultra Cope, Andreas. Coming back for a second monthly AT win in a row, perhaps, on Willbender. We have Ione here on Bloodlust, but spelled in a very edgy way on Spectre. And Sakiki going to be blasting the gaming on the Vindicator, as we've seen so far. Red team get themselves an early advantage, actually, by securing this node while Sakiki pushes over to it, and, of course, pushing the third node as well. Now, in the last game, we actually saw a really nice early teamfight victory from Team Copium. Let's see if that will be repeated, or if perhaps the French have actually adapted themselves here and found a bit of a better answer to their opponents. Okay, then. So, Azaz now moving away. They gets pushed away, as, of course, the Spectre is a little bit annoying there, particularly with the support gun, and the Harbinger now moving in. So, Azaz has to be a bit careful. Meanwhile, we're seeing a push from Ultracomp over towards the Spectre of Riken. Zealith matches that there for the 2v2. However, we also have the support gun lurking around, but actually the French Frauds getting the 2-cap here, actually. And blue team, a little not sure where to rotate. Rotating here, but then going, oh, not really committing. So a slight misrotation here in the early game by the blue team. Now going to try and secure middle here, but Azaz, he's ready for it. Disengages quickly. Ooh, good decap here from Ione, actually very sneaky. Gets that decap, but Kelsier already responds, actually. Will be able to initiate this 1v1 into the Spectre. Meanwhile, over here, we have the Spectre into Vindicator meme. And actually, oh my god, wow, that would be a massive kill. If Riken could actually get that kill, that would be huge. He would love that. Oh, very good heal, though, from Sakiki, actually. Gets a complete reset. That would have been an absolutely insane 1v1 if that was going to happen. Meanwhile, red team just kind of holding this advantage for a while. Pretty stable 2v2, just like support and 1 DPS over there, so not much going on. Meanwhile, over here on this fight over here, point A, now a double cap in favor of Team Copium. They kind of sort out that slight early rotational funkiness and get themselves a very good map stay here. Azaz and Kelsier having a bit of trouble. Kelsier incredibly pressured, might have to start leaving him. Maybe he wants to go towards middle, perhaps, leaving Azaz outnumbered. That may be the play here. Azaz can obviously kite out very effectively. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen here. The Harbinger moves towards middle to try and break through that core guardian. Perhaps here we go. Ooh, Fei actually very pressured. She's got to be super careful there. Does have Shroud available. We'll be able to leap around all that kind of stuff and CC and counter pressure. But actually, the damage is looking pretty damn scary. Really nice healing, though. Good use of that healing elixir. Support guardian, of course, will be ready with the Signet, if necessary, to resustain and get this player back on their feet. Meanwhile, Zealith goes for that kill. They're going to try and pressure the core gun. They had some good success with this, actually, in the previous game, where they were able to quickly eliminate the support gun, which is a very big thing to do, right? If you can kill the support, you can collapse the team fight relatively efficiently. We actually have a Vindicator 1v1 on both nodes. Wow, how exciting is that? Ooh, Skyhammer is up, and actually it's not contested. It will now be matched by the Goat Fraud. We'll push onto this node. Of course, neither team wants to give up any of their map control here, but actually, so far, oh my god, this is really bad, actually. Oh my god, wow, disaster. That was an absolute disaster 1v1 for Kelsey. Like, Fei completely dominating that, and actually just gets a free cap then. This is really bad, because the Spectre can't win this back, actually, in any kind of meaningful way. That is, that's quite catastrophic, actually, to be honest. That is not what you want to see. And Az is in trouble here as well, actually. About to go down. So that's the kill. Is there a revival? Bloodlust here from Ione. Just keeping with that. Cleave is getting a little bit low. Does have a lot of Shroud available now, though. So that should be a confirmed kill onto Az. That's exactly what it is. And ooh, yeah, Team Copium. They've really started to run away with this. They absolutely have. 70-point advantage and a double cap to 0 of their opponents. And yeah, very shitty 1v1 here. The Spectre are going to have a really tough time getting this node back. So blue team, they're loving it right now. They're having a really great time. Not ideal whatsoever, I'm afraid. Zealith in a little bit of trouble now. Ooh, gets Elite Elixir there. That's very, very bad. He just actually does not have renewed focus. He might just die here. Ooh, it's all kind of crumbling here. Good revive does come through there from a spree, gets that Tempest revival, but is it enough actually? There's just no resustain really available right now, and just free artillery damage coming through. We do see a kill onto the support guardian, but actually, is there enough to actually get the job done here? Looks like it actually will come through at the end of the day. Yeah, that is going to land now eventually, but honestly, I'm not sure if it's going to be very easy for the red team to really get much out of this. They'll be able to neutralize point B, but they need to dedicate some resources to getting this node back, really. They need to do something about Sakiki, at least set this on a red team's node so that it can be held in that advantage the entire time. Az is now going over for point A. This is definitely a good opportunity to try and neutralize the map. Harbinger now moving. Of course, Andreas is available over here to maybe go for something, but no, in fact, it looks like the Harbinger will again try and reset this, but this means there's going to be a big opportunity for blue team to get some kills here, unfortunately. Yeah, and red are going to have to leave this node, okay? Of course, this will now get capped, and yeah, we go. Really like this actually here. And the Goat immediately, the Goat Fraud immediately leaves and pushes this fight. This is actually as well as things could go for red. I really like that. But now they've got to win this fight because they love a decap here. Again, they're quite far behind, 120 points or so. They would love to decap this because that means they can really start to get back into this game with some good pace. Otherwise, they're going to have to hold this map state for one hell of a long time. Ooh, and yeah, blue team, they get their respawn. They're now feeling confident themselves to push back out onto the map. Here comes the Skyhammer. It's now available. Let's see if this is going to be a point of contention. Again, blue team, red team, really don't want to give this up because, again, that resets that Spectre Vindicator 1v1, which they really don't want to happen because they want to keep that node under their control. So they're going to commit to this. They have to go for this big fight. Meanwhile, we have this Vindicator Azes into the Harbinger. That doesn't mean there is no Harbinger in the fight on the hammer for blue team, which certainly is advantageous, of course, for our blue team. But actually, oh my god, Andreas is actually hard carrying. Holy shit. His damage output is ridiculous. He just completely cleaves down 3 of the red team and crushes them. Ooh, and that's really, really bad for red. That red, I don't see this res working. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, has to go for the guys. And actually, Andreas gets another kill there. Yeah. Kelsey just kind of noodling around there, not really doing anything, unfortunately. And I think that's going to be another hammer cap in favor of blue. Yeah, Zila does arrive in time to do that. But yeah, I mean, there's too many members of blue team. It's not really doable here. It's not tenable to hold that. They're going to have to concede that. And that means, again, this gets reset. They're going to have to go back, have to readdress Sakiki again. Their down players are down 100 points. Yeah, this is very problematic. Red Team were really getting back into it. They absolutely were. Like, with they got those kills. They got those kills. They got the double cap there. That was really nice. But yeah, I mean, this Willbender gameplay from Ultracope was just a little bit too much, I think. Just devastating them on that hammer fight, and just not, there's just not enough there. The team fight was failed by the Red Team, and yeah, this is tough. This is very, very tough indeed. It's not unwinnable. I mean, 7 minutes on the clock, 100-point differential, but honestly, it's getting to the point where Red Team can't lose a single player. I think we're actually at that stage. And actually, they did manage to get this cap back pretty quickly. That's really good. And they actually have 1 node apiece. But I think even a single death almost ends the game. And that might be Kelsip. It is Kelsip. Should be glyphable, but oh my god, the damage onto that tower is very nice pressure. Honestly, Andreas is popping off this game, holy shit. And a very, very, very nice Vital draw there. Shuts down the Tempest, tries to revive. Is there some kind of Spectre shenanigan? No, of course not, because the Spectre is in the 1v1 on the other side of the map there. And Azaz is going to fold over there. That's the end of that. That's the GG. But yeah, this is looking very, very tough. This is game over, I'm afraid. Monthly AT winner, Feifei LeClown. Yes. That's good content. I love to see that again. It's a good emote, actually. That's a good, I like that. That's good. But yeah, this is looking real tough and looking very good, of course, for our blue team. Feeling very confident right now for on blue. Goes for the hammer again, and yeah, just slowing down the game, resetting it. No map presence, really, for red. Goat Fraud is in the downstate here. 400 points with a kill against. This is game over, and it's going to be Team Copium winning another monthly AT in a row. That is absolutely massive, guys. Incredible content, incredible gameplay, and that is how it goes. GG, well played. Very exciting tournament, I think. A little bit shorter than usual. There'll be less teams around, okay? The motivation, okay? Like, the gamers are demotivated, okay? But that's all right. We will remotivate them with some exciting tournaments here as well. But that's it, yeah? Congratulations to the new winners. I believe Ione and, of course, Feifei. Brand new monthly AT winners. Wow. Isn't that crazy, guys? Incredible stuff there. Very well played by all involved. And that is the end of that. The French frauds. I'm afraid it's close, but no cigar for them. And they've got to know it's over by now. 30 points on the clock. 5 minutes left. 28 things left over. Gizmo enjoys. GG called there by Riken. That is the end of that. Feifei is a Gizmo enjoyer. And so is Mr. Andreas there as well. That is the end. Look, they're both Hardstuck team members. I'm taking that as a big win right there, guys. Love to see it. Fantastic stuff. But that's it. Game over. Yeah. GG Ione, really so cool guy and Gizmo owner now. Can't wait to see him editing from next YouTube tutorial and show Gizmoid. Nice. I like it.